we receive my CEO, okay? Help me, and she will then call her guest anchors on stage as well. But let's first introduce and welcome the co-founder and CEO of Jacob Zada Africa, Stella Bogonko.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am so encouraged that you guys took a short break and then you came back. It means that you're really serious about learning green skills and knowing about green jobs, or that you're really serious about getting a phone. So I don't know which one is which. But either way, I'm happy you're here. So this afternoon session, or this session for the next about 40-45 minutes, I want us to have a real talk. Turn to your neighbor and tell them, I want us to talk. I want us to fungua roho. Yeah? Every time I have met young people or gone to forums like this, a lot of young people tell me, okay, Sela, you're talking about green jobs, but first of all, can we at least just get jobs? Sindio? Do you guys also feel the same way? Okay. So we're going to have this session to basically address your issues, or have you open up about what you think are the challenges of youth unemployment in Kenya, what you see as the opportunities, because like we said in the morning, we are not just about raising challenges, but we also want to propose solutions. So before we start, how many have registered for Elevate or for Green Labs? If you've registered, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand confidently, either Green Labs or Elevate. How many of us don't know what we're talking about? Okay. How many of us know what we're talking about, but you haven't registered? Okay. Can I give you a few minutes? I need a yes, or can I give you a few minutes to register? Okay. DJ, please play a song just for a minute. And then put the QR code up here. There's some mobilizers with placards, so you can scan the QR code. Please scan it. Once you register, you actually get into a platform where you can learn basics of climate change and choose whether you want to learn for the sake of getting a job or you want to learn to be an entrepreneur. Scan the QR code.
Kisii for the big baba. Tunapepea like a helicopter. Toja ni bigi niko na kiraka. Mapanga sha 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 sha. Mapanga sha 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 sha. Mapanga sha 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 sha. Cheza na dopo kichikatakata. Mapanga sha 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 sha. Mapanga sha 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 sha. Mapanga sha 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 sha.
Okay. All right, so as you do that, you can continue as we are starting and setting the tone. The guys with the placards, please pass them around, and then people will scan, or scan the one on the screen. Are we done? Not yet. Are we done? MC, unajuangaje kama wamemaliza?
Simemaliza? Bado? Hamjapata hiyo QR code?
Kama umemaliza inua mkono.
Mwenye uko na QR code simama katikati, inua hiyo QR code juu. Usisongeze hapo. Haya, inua juu. Wewe pia inua yako juu. Bosi, inua yako juu. Hapo na ikuwe still hivyo. You can scan from there. Hapa mbele mmemaliza. You good? Hii imekataa. Hebu try zooming that one. Mtu mmoja akuja hapa mbele au QR, mwingine akuja hapa mbele. Mmoja baki hapo katikati. Kuja hapa mbele. Hapa ndo mahali watu wa Itel, Tecno wao wanateseka kidogo. Lakini tunaelewa. Watu wa iPhone mmemaliza, si ndio? iPhone mmemaliza? So nasikia wamemaliza watu wa iPhone.
Ni wase wa Android bado wako.
Watu wa Tecno mmemaliza?
Bado.
Watu wa Itel? Hakuna mtu wa Itel hapa. Mmemaliza lakini, si ndio?
I think wamemaliza.
We can just proceed as others are doing.
Yeah. All right, DJ. So, in the afternoon, or for the next 40 minutes, I want us to have a conversation around the challenge of youth unemployment in Kenya, or the opportunities that are available for us to take advantage of. So to help me on stage, I'm going to ask Brian, Jeremy, Samuel, Matilda, and Nelly to come. Let's give them a round of applause. The way we are going to do this, it's a town hall, so we'll just talk. And they will give their views on questions that I will ask. And then you will also give your views. If they say something you don't agree with, raise your hand, and I will come to you, okay? Or I will have the mic come to you, and then we'll take it from there. So, I'm going to start with the alumni. Matilda. So you'll introduce yourself, or let's go around. Introduce yourself quickly, what you do, and then what your position is as far as unemployment or employment is concerned. Just one statement that you want to say, like your opening statement. We can start from here, then we go around. Your name, are you still in school or not? And then just your view on the opportunities that are available, or just do you think that youth unemployment is a challenge in the country?
Hello guys. My name is Samuel Odero. I'm still in school, fourth year law student. And as far as youth unemployment is concerned, my personal view is most, if not all of us, we have fear of uncertainties. And what does the future hold more than uncertainties? So as for me, I just think that uncertainties is all we have to worry about, and the sooner you start working on your uncertainties and maybe prepare for it, the better. That's my view.
How many of us agree with him? What he means is that as you're going through school, you're not sure whether when you graduate you'll get a job or not. How many of you agree with that? Okay. Who wants to help him say his point? I saw you raise your hand. Do you want to speak? You said you agree with him. Yes, the lady. I need mics. Who wants to agree with him? Okay, we have a guy here. Who's helping me with the mic? Right here, the guy in the white shirt.
Good evening, everyone. Allow me to speak again. I'm Ade Moses. I want to conquer with him most of the youths or majority of the youths going through school. Not the uncertainty is that you fear to try beyond what you're studying. Like I'm doing biomedical. I don't do business because I'm a science student. So the uncertainty is that when I do business and I leave my career, I will fail or I might fail. So that the uncertainty is speaking about, and I thumbs up for that. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else who feels the same way or who has a different opinion? Let's pass the mic to the lady behind the cameras. MC, she's right there. She's standing.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Annette Mwanza. I am currently pursuing a bachelor's in counseling psychology. I agree with him. From a personal level, I also have that uncertainty, and that is because for me, my course, it's mine, like it's not what the parents wanted. So I have that challenge of them supporting me to find a job. So yeah, that's that uncertainty is there.
What do you mean? You mean that they are not supporting you to get a job?
I mean that they may not be there to support me because they do not agree with the course. They did not agree. Like I did it for me.
Okay.
Like I did not want
Okay.
their opinion.
How many of us are doing courses that maybe our parents are not supporting? Wow. Nyinyi ma rebels, manzi. Anyway, it's actually not a bad thing, especially if you are convicted that it's what you want to do and what you feel you're good at. And we will come to how you can then prepare yourself to actually be successful. We'll come to that later. Anyone else? One last person on uncertainties?
Hello everyone.
Hi.
According to me, I agree with him because I think there are courses that are most preferred currently that may not be preferred in the future. Like maybe people pursuing those courses are many. So in the future maybe there won't be jobs.
Like which one? Did you hear her? She's saying that there are some courses that there are many people pursuing them. So in future she thinks that there might not be jobs. So she's uncertain about finding a job. Like which one? Give me an example.
Okay, for example, education.
Education.
Yeah, most students in campus do pursue education. So maybe because the parents have told them that that is the course that jobs are being offered. So
Yeah.
now, when it comes to the future, like you find that people are many, and the criteria of choosing who to have that job, it becomes so hard for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would actually say education is one of those courses that will always have jobs. And because when you study education, you can do more than just become a teacher. Because I have people in my team who actually studied education. And I went to KU, as I told you. KU is the original university that had educators or education as a course being offered. So you can branch out. Remember what I said in the morning. Don't limit yourself to the course that you've done in university. If you're studying education, you don't have to be a teacher. If you open up your mind, the university degree is supposed to open up your mind to explore who you are. You don't have to limit yourself to do the job that says you do education and then you become a teacher. Yeah? So don't limit yourself to it. And that could be one way of addressing the uncertainties. All right, we'll move on to Nelly.
Good afternoon. My name is Nelly Karuchio. I'm a third-year student pursuing gender and development studies. And in terms of unemployment, I think it's the reality. It's either you finish in tarmac, or if you have connections, you'll get the job. But yes, we are certain. Some of us are certain. If you don't have connections, utatamak, that's the reality. But what are you willing to do? Like, are you willing to wait until fourth year, then you adapt to the situation and start tamaking? Or are you willing to mitigate the situation and start finding connections for yourself right now? How willing are you to stretch so that you can get those connections? Because we say, hakuna job if you don't have connections. So how willing are you to stretch to get those connections and get that employment? That's my take.
Powerful point. I like what she's saying, that you have to be able to start positioning yourself before finishing, right? We are Kenyans, so we watch races or we've seen people running. You know that run that is the relay, where you pass the baton to your partner until you finish, like your 4x4. It's called 4x4. Do we know it? Okay. Think of it this way. The person who's waiting for the baton, they normally start running before the baton gets to them, right? Start running, or start getting the jobs, or start applying for the jobs, or start volunteering before the baton gets to you, before you actually graduate. What she's saying is powerful, because the moment you start interacting with this career, every year there's a career day. The minute you start saying, please hire me, you don't even need to pay me, I'll just come and volunteer and learn, your CV will be more powerful than someone who's just clearing and then submitting, and the only thing they have is a bachelor's degree. Do we understand? Take it from me. I got one of the 2 jobs I told you that I had as an offer when I was graduating. One of them is the person I worked for, or the people I worked for when I was in 3rd year during the long holiday. So you go there, you learn skills, you become really good, they start booking you in advance. You understand? Don't limit yourself. And by the way, you don't even have to intern in the sector that you want to work in. Just find some form of exposure. Okay? All right. Next, Jeremy, right? So Jeremy, introduce yourself, what you do right now, and your views.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy, and I'm a 3rd year law student here in Kisii University. So I think that the issue of unemployment and employment in our country right now is one that is affecting most of the youth, even from this point that we are in right now. We had an old order where the system was there for us. The system was for us. The government had jobs for us. The years of 2015 going back, you would finish and the government would be looking for people to fill positions. But we don't have that today. We are living in a very hyper-competitive society. So I think that knowledge precedes resources. We should be able to be as open-minded and as grounded with things and knowledge as early as now. For example, definitive of goals. Definitive of goals is, let's say you aspire to do something. Leave alone your degree and employment, but we are talking about even self-employment. How much do you know about what you want? If it is in the line of fashion, salooning, if it is farming, how much do you know? How much do you know costs to lease an acre or half an acre? Do you know that by now? So that it drives you, unakanga ukijua, if I need this, this is what I need, you know? That one will always be a motivating tool, so that you keep knowing what is it that I want. But if we just generally say, I want a job, this is what I want to do, you can do it 40 years later, because it did not drive you definitively to go for it. So let us get as much knowledge as possible at this point in time, okay? It is not bad to know things. Know things in the finance sector, banking, farming, poultry, anything, okay? So that is what I have to say.
Good. So what Jeremy is saying is that, someone help me with a mic to the crowd. What Jeremy is saying is that there's a time when government used to make room for people. So nyi mmeka time yenye manze vitu ni hard, apparently. Do you guys believe that the government has a role to play when it comes to job creation? Do you believe that? What role do they have? Anyone? Let's pass the mic to him. The guy in the black with a cross. Sinyi ndo mlikuwa mnafanya makelele last year. Sahi amuongei. I'm asking you the question for what is your position? Like, what do you actually think it's a role of government to create jobs for you? Because we have to be able to say, either it's the government's fault or it's our fault that we are not thinking the right way. So, what is your position?
So, by names of Mathan, according to me, I think the government has a role by providing a platform for us. Like, okay, some of us are like under a shell. You know, maybe the exposure that I have, a friend of mine, anaweza kosa kwa nayo, something like that. So I think the government needs to play a role by offering us like these platforms, like who are the persons that we need to like go to, so that they can help us do this and this and this. Offer mentorship programs for us, so that we can be able to like show out our skills, because like that is what we are lacking as youth. That's my take.
But I'm told when they like, for example, tomorrow the National Employment Authority will be here. They come with opportunities, you guys don't register. Is that true? That's what I'm told. The opportunities are offered by government. There's even a government internship program, but we don't register. Shida iko wapi? We'll start there, then we go up.
Yes, Barizenu. This is Kebabe Anthony. I'm a fifth year student. I'm graduating. Now, the government, for me, niko na sentiments different. I feel haifai hata kuplay juu ni wewe, maisha ni yako, maisha si ya government. And at the end of the day, even if it creates that job, kuna a lot of gatekeeping. By the time Ruto na assistant work and everybody mpaka ikufikie, itafika uko bado uko na tumabaki, you know. So, wendo unapoamka asubuhi ujue venye uta create a problem na we solve. So, I love chaos. So, I love to create chaos so that I can solve the problem in chaos. In the meantime of solving the problem, I'm making money. So, like that's how I go with this trend of celebrities, how they go intentionally chase cloud so that they can get enough reach and engagements to work with a certain brand. So that's how you should be working with yourself in your life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So him is saying that it's not the role of government. You figure yourself out. Who agrees, who doesn't agree? By the way, I need a bit of energy. So if you support a point, patiana claps. Unaelewa? Kama if you don't support, you mnasema no, we don't support that. So I need to hear what you feel in the room, okay? Who wants to support? Is it the role of government to create the jobs for you or not?
Thank you for the opportunity.
Naka kama nini politician. Is he a politician here?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. My name is Bernard Mumo. I'm a fourth year student pursuing bachelor's degree in computer science. What I can say about the government is that when Kibaki, for example, when Kibaki was in power, he created policies that favored people in the border sector. And you saw that many people became borders, they made money out of that one. So, sisi kama tunachagua kuingia kwa government, tusichague mtu kama Oscar Sudi akue a minister. We should not choose people when you're taking kwa ministries and just sit there. Okay? And again, if the government...
ni politician, na wajuanga kwa umbali.
Okay, in the case of the government creating opportunities, the government should create opportunities, but not directly to you guys. They create policies that favor us. Like, kuleta kama subsidies in kama leta fertilizer, lakini ikakuwa fake. Unajua, it was a good deal, but ikakuwa kama it was stones. So, again, when mnasema, this girl has said something that imeniguza sana. I don't know, I've just forgot your name. Sorry. When unasema, you have to stretch and look for something to do. For me, I work in the insurance industry. I'm not a politician. I work with Britam. Nikiwa thadia, nilipata tu computer science, mseka kaniambia manzi, buda utatafuta kazi kwa kupata. Utamaliza computer science, upate hakuna jobs. Wase wengi wanaunda systems, wako hapa nje, wako nazo kwa computers, wako nazo kwa GitHub, but hakuna opportunities. So nikatoka nje akaniambia, twende Britam. For the first 6 months, we are not earning. But from there, unapata exposure ya I can talk to someone, they buy insurance, then I continue with my journey. So mzee akakuwa on my neck, akaniambia yo, kama urudi shule wewe si mtoto wangu. Nikaona acha nirudi tu nimalizie, then kutoka hapo niko na connection naenda Britam nifanye kazi huko. I can go work with some people in the networking industry. I can create systems for people I know. But it's not that utakaa tu hapo useme acha nimalize nitafuta connections nipate kazi. Itakuwa noma. So thank you.
Let's give him a round of applause. Manze, hiyo imenitouch na vile niko na gifts, CEO kind of gifts. Nataka kupatia na tumbler. Phone bado itakam, lakini sasa nataka kupatia na tumbler. Tumbler iko wapi? Please give to him. What's your name again? Bernard Mumo. Hiyo ni live example. Alienda Britam, akakaa huko 6 months, hawamlipi, akaanza kutafuta what to do. Then he had to come back and finish, and then he went back to work, and they actually gave him a job. So, saa zingine tunalalianga masikio. So, gava, it's not necessarily, anasema, it's not necessarily the government's role to create a job for you. Kama una sema ndio, you agree? Okay, all the eyes, who are the eyes in the house, do you agree that it's not the role of government to make the job for you or create the job for you? And who's disagreeing? But they hapa ni freedom. If you don't, okay, good. Let's hear from her. Where's the mic? She's right there. I need someone else at the top so that we're able to get people's views.
Thank you, Madam CEO, for this opportunity. To a large extent, I quite disagree with the sentiments from Kebabe.
Are you studying law?
Oh, yeah, I'm a law student.
You sound like a lawyer. To quite an extent, I quite disagree with.
So, I think the interpretation of job creation in the world of Kebabe stops at opening an opportunity. But he needs to understand that it actually extends to creating policies that are favorable to employers. I want to give you a good example. I think it was last year we had our very good president mention to one of an employer, I'm forgetting his name, but he was a bit Indian or something. He said mambo ni matatu, aende jehanamu. Do you remember the other two? So this person, you can imagine he was already creating jobs for so many youths. Additionally, I mean, this is quite a thing I could discuss a lot, but I think policy formulation that favors employers to a large extent influences the jobs we create. So I think the government plays a big role because it is the one that adopts the laws that are created and it has a wide say, you see. So the government quite plays a big role.
Excellent. Let's give a round of applause. Mpatie t-shirt tafadhali. Mpatie t-shirt. Someone else is up there, right behind you. In a white, yeah. Do you agree or do you disagree?
Good afternoon. My name is Wilson. I'm a first-year student. For me, I disagree. I think the government should indirectly create unemployment. For example, there used to be a platform known as KCB Lions Den, whereby when you had an idea, you could go, present, and then they give you the capital to go and start. Even in the USA, there's Shark Tank.
Yeah.
You go present your idea. If it's good, they give you capital, you start your business. So I think the government should create a platform. We come up with people who are maybe rich, so us as youths to go present our business ideas. If they love, they give us the capital to start the business.
So let me correct you. It's not the role of government to create such platforms. Those are TV shows, mostly for marketing. And they bring those rich people because they've put money behind it to be able to push the brand or to support young people. So is that the role of government or the role of private sector?
The government can just find a way to bring those investors.
Okay.
To give us capital to start the business.
Okay, but there's something called Youth Fund. I can argue with you guys. There's something called Youth Fund. Do you even know about it?
No,
that is the one from government. Have you applied? Haifanyi kazi? I can't hear you guys. Ati nini mbaya na Youth Fund? Nasikia tu, I can't hear. Put up your hands that you tell me. What is wrong with Youth Fund? Please give the mic to the lady behind there. Behind you.
Okay, Immaculate Adhiambo, a student in Kisii University, second year, pursuing Bachelor of Communication and Media. The Youth Fund, according to me, it's a scam. It's a scam. The links are sent through the groups. Then if you click the link, your account is hacked.
The links are sent to a group, and if you click the link, your account is hacked.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Have you raised it? Ama, you don't even know who to talk to?
If you report it, then there is no action done about
There's no action. Okay, we are recording, so we tutatuma you to Minister of Youth so that he can understand that there's a challenge with Youth Fund. There's a guy at the back, at the very top. He had raised his hand. Please raise it. Yeah, that one. Is it the role of government to create jobs? And if not, what is their role and how do we approach it? Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm Robin Moses. In fact, I have to, acha tu niongee nitoke, si ndio? Okay, there's no need of you waking up every morning to tell us that the government has a role in making us get employed. In fact, you should just sleep and stay at your house with your opinions. With the Youth Fund, Madam CEO, as the lady has said, she has kept it clean. It's the way it is. It's a scam. Okay, with government applications, in fact, in Kenya, it's a very big scam. Kama vile tunajua kuna maaskari it's coming next month, police are going to be recruited. Yes, you'll go to the field, you'll run, you'll sweat out. In fact, they are getting employed this week. Utaenda tu huko ukimbie, ukimaliza unauliza ulikuja na nani. So
na hiyo inamaanisha nini, by the way? Hey,
okay,
mnakanika mko na scars.
If kama hauna connection, hawezi penya. Hii ni gava, hii ni Kenya. Okay, I'm studying education. I'm a mini mwalimu. I'm studying education arts, English lit. Okay, my according to me, sitegemei walimu peke yake. I can still be an educator at KCB, at Equity. I can educate guys on how to get insurance, if I can get the proper education on that. And we should get open-minded. Be open-minded. You should ukuwe na goals kwa maisha.
Na initiative. Sawa, tumpatie makofi. You can move all the way to the other side. There's a guy who's been no, go. I think you might want it's shorter that way. So, let me double click on something that Mumo said, that there were policies that were created, but at the end of the day, it depends on who is in office. Let me tell you the truth. Part of the reason why we are where we are as a country is because of the youth. Nyinyi ndio mna decide future. Nyinyi ndio mmetuweka hapa. Nyinyi ndio mna decide kama tunasonga mbele ama tunarudi nyuma. You know how? Through voting. At the end of the day, these policies we are talking about are a function of who is in office. So, if your MCA is not helping you to support you, if your MP is not helping you, at the end of the day, you're the one who put him there. So it still starts with that. When we say that the government has a role or no role, it still boils back down to who you vote for and who is in office ultimately. All right? The last comment, and then we'll come back to my team on stage.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
I'm Kelly Mosetti, a third-year student pursuing BA Counseling Psychology. Mimi na agree na Kebabe, it is not the mandate of the government to find a job for you, because at this age, like kuna time inafikanga tu unaona mahali imefikia saa hii nafaa kufanya hii na hii. So like mtu ukifika like kama uko 21 years ufai hata kuambia ufanye hii na hii. For the case of mine, I'm a student, okay. Tukiwa long holiday huwa najituma. I've been working since year 1, working to different companies in Nairobi. So you can see shida yenye tuko nayo as Kenyans, like kama me for the case of mine unapata nafanya counseling psychology, na set mind yangu kuwa nikimaliza shule I want to be a counseling psychology. No. You have to accept the current situation here in Kenya.
Yeah.
Like unajituma until you find something, like ukiwa like kama saa hii unajua what you need you as a person, si ndio? So that's all.
Excellent. Tumpatie makofi. Na tafadhali mpatie t-shirt. I'm just giving randomly, no offense. I'll come back to you guys. I can see you have very many questions. Now, I want to emphasize something. If you can hear, in this group right now, there are those that are waiting for someone to create an opportunity for them, and there are those that have already created opportunities for themselves. In the same crowd, same university, maybe even in the same course. So what's the difference between you and him? What's the difference between you and the guy who works at Britam and started working before he finished? Ni kujituma. Many of you said, you said earlier in the day that us guys don't want to touch soil. We're too posh. Huh? But people are making millions from agriculture. Kwa sababu, hakuna mwenye anataka kwenda huko. So while you're saying education is crowded, someone said education is crowded, agriculture, the one we are running away from, is actually in need of young people. And by the way, agriculture is more than the soil, like we were told in the morning. You can do tech solutions for agriculture. Uliona huyo msee mwenye alitupatia hiyo idea asubuhi, an information app. I know many people who are doing farming, but they don't know where to get the information. Na kwa sababu gava aitumangi saa zingine extension officers, your phone becomes your extension officer. He can make a lot of money if he develops that solution. In fact, I want to see, where is he, by the way? I want to see him. Ako wapi? Yule entrepreneur alikuwa hapa asubuhi, ako wapi? Okay, Jeremiah, mtafute tafadhali akuje. I want to support him. So, ukikaa hapo, ukingoja mtu akupatie ideas, utaumia. All right.
Good afternoon. I'm Matilda Nzioki, a psychologist, alumni Kisii University, and I'm proud to be here to talk about career. One thing about unemployment, as I make a statement about unemployment, we are not here to learn to be employed. We are learning to get the skills and get the knowledge and create our own job and be our own boss. Be open-minded to do any work that comes through your way, and seek for those opportunities, connect with the right people, and do your best.
So, Matilda, I have a question for you. You're an alumni, right? When you finished or when you graduated, did you go straight into looking for a job, or did you start a business?
When I graduated, I started a business first after the graduation, and the business didn't work well as I thought in my head, and that was a stepping stone. And still I was doing mentorship since I came first year in Kisii University, so I continued doing mentorship in schools as I earn my living. Yeah.
Okay. And then that was you were doing a business. It didn't work. Yeah. But then are you working now?
Right now I'm just doing mentorship around the schools and personal counseling. Yeah.
Okay. Did you study psychology?
Yes.
Did you study psychology?
Yes.
Okay. So you're putting it into use?
I'm putting it into use and open to other opportunities.
Excellent. Let's give a round of applause. Finally, Brian.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, my name is Brian Aguinho, a second year student of Kisii University pursuing degree in Bachelor of Public Administrations and Political Science. First and foremost, allow me, because it's my opinion, I beg to differ, because I have a different intertwine of the initial texts. This is because I'm a man who looks at the coin on the both sides. One, I feel the government, as far as unemployment is concerned, the government has a role to play. An example may be creating a youth employment board, which probably may be dealing with the age bracket of 24-35, because ultimately that is where the youths are. Two, I peg my arguments on one of the leaders I aspire, on one of the leaders who is considered a charismatic leader in the United States of America, who said that we the people should not look into seeing what our governments can do for us, but rather as a people, we need to look into seeing what we ourselves can do to our country. And that is where we come in as youths. It is not the government, again, it is us. The main reason as to why in our country, every year, over 1 million people enters the job market, forcing a 67% unemployment rate. And again, 80% of the people are illiterate when it comes to digital. And again, you realize that even the other presumed 20% employed, there is skill mismatch. It's because we've confined ourselves to what we read in the book. We refuse to go overboard, open our minds, and ask ourselves what happens in the outer world. So I believe the government has a role to play, and we the youths, we need to ask ourselves what we can do so long, for as long as unemployment is concerned. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Hizo ni points za nguvu. All right, back to you guys. Talk to me. What are the challenges, and do you think that government has a role or not? And what do you think that you as young people can also do? Where's the mic? Starts with her. Okay, she spoke in the morning. Okay, I'll give you a chance. Go ahead. Just give her your name and then your comment.
Sheldon Newman. So this is something I have seen on ground. So yes, the government is creating these employments. There's this Vijana Mtaani. There's that project that is ongoing. Let me give where meona like vitu vimefanyika. So my mom works at a Ganjoni dispensary. She's a community health worker. So uko they were giving out opportunities for the youths, maybe kama secretary hapo kwa reception and staff. So the problem comes in, most of the people that were employed belong to the family of a certain politician. So, and then the only slots they've given for mwananchi wa kawaida kama mimi, tuseme, there are only 2. Tuseme the slot is for 10 people, and out of the 10, 8 is given to people they know, either family, either tribes, there is a certain favorism that is there. And then kwa wale bahati 2 people. That is a challenge. I feel like that is a very big challenge.
So nepotism is a challenge.
And I have seen it because it's a certain dispensary. And then unasikia she's a very young girl, 20, 21. Honestly, she doesn't know anything about the health sector, but she's running the dispensary simply because she's the immediate family member of Flani Flani.
I hear you. So nepotism is a challenge.
Yes.
All right, next person. Behind you, the guy in the cup.
Hello, guys. I'm Orlando Lennox Ochengo Odhiambo. I'm a third year student at Kisii University. I'm taking my degree in special needs education. I want to say that I concur with Brian Agunyo on the point that he made that the government has a role to play, and also we as youth have a role to play. And I want to say that the main problem that we, the youths, are facing is the availability of data. Like the example that
Sorry, availability of?
of data.
Of what?
Data.
Data, okay.
Yeah. Like the example that you gave us earlier, that there's a fund known as youth funds. So you had the lady mentioned there that the youth funds is there. But now, how do we access this youth fund? That's the kind of data that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because the kind of link that we are being supplied with are links that does not link us to what we are hoping to know, but rather they mislead us. And on supporting that, the government has a role to play on ensuring that unemployment is cut. I want to say that the government must make policies that favors the youth and also the people who are in the business industries to ensure that the unemployment is capped. For example, if taxes are increased, then to mean that the people who are willing to venture into businesses are going to be minimal. To mean that the rate of unemployment is going to increase. So the government has to create policies that favors people who are willing to join businesses so that unemployment is capped. Otherwise,
Okay.
thank you.
Let's give him a round of applause. Please give him a t-shirt. Okay, I want to be able to get people who have not had. Okay, let's have her speak.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Lucy Njeri, a second-year student pursuing Bachelor of Arts in Community Development. So I'll start with this point on policies. Yes, we are saying that the government should make policies, but let's ask ourselves that if these policies are made, are they being implemented? A very good example is there was a policy that was made in Kisii County. I'm not so familiar with it, but it was about gender mainstreaming policy. But as of now, it's not been implemented yet. So policies can be made, but yet they cannot be implemented. So when we talk about policies, they should be made and implemented on.
Okay.
The second point, I agree with Brian that yes, the government has a role to play, and us as youths, we also have our roles to play. As you said earlier, that youths should start volunteering as early as now. Like for example, I'm a second year and I'm already volunteering in an organization known as Ethel Foundation for the Aged. It helps me to explore more on what my career entails and other areas.
Yeah.
So as youths, we should start volunteering as early as now. Usifike for the year when you are waiting for your graduation, and now you're asking yourself which fields and which sector does my course apply. Now when we come to the government side, they really have a major role. For example, when she talked about a dispensary, I just remembered something. In my village, there was a dispensary that was built. I don't know if it's by the MCA or whatever, but by the government. And up to now, it's not been even launched. And it was built when I was still in
Is it
Form 4.
functional?
It's not functional.
Okay.
It was built when I was still in Form 4, and I was jokingly telling my grandmother, I'll be working there as a cleaner before I am admitted to university. Up to this point, I've
It's
joined
not been
my
launched.
second year, and it's not functional.
Okay.
So they really have a major role, because if ingekuwa ina function up to this point, then I believe some youths could be working there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause. Give the mic to the guy at the top in a maroon shirt, and then go this way, to your left, this way. Keep your comments short, because my time is almost up, and you are so many who want to talk.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Simon Gopia. I'm a fourth-year student pursuing mathematics and computing, and I would like to give a comprehensive opinion from the first panelist to the last panelist on uncertainty. I do believe, yes, there is uncertainty, but what are the skills are we holding so that we can have our exit plan in campus? Because I realize after attachment, that's when you're getting brainstormed into the reality of the real world. Fortunately, I got a chance to do my attachment, not in a tech or a mathematics, where I can apply my course. I did it at the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industry, and realized the government plays a very big role in the policies and the formulations they are making. And as well as I'm a freelancer in graphic design, the government plays a role in the tax incentive policies. For example, if I can get a client from USA, I can't get the best way to get paid because 30% of the amount I can get is an amount I can accrue for days if I can only get one client. And in the policies that the government is implementing, for example, at the Kisii chapter, the government does not take and formulate these policies. They only state, call for public participation, but at the end of the day, there is nothing that they can do. On matters goals, I do believe in what are we holding in our goals? What are we intending to do in a short-term goal, a mid-term goal, and a long-term goal as a student?
Let's give him a round of applause. Excellent. The lady in the white and black top. I'll take two more after her.
Okay, I'm Nancy Waswa, a third-year student taking political science. And according to my view on unemployment, I think this issue is neutral. It requires collaboration between a citizen or an employed person and the government. Okay, according to me, I was, during my deferment period, I had deferred and I went to Nairobi to hustle. So, I got an opportunity to supply Gen Z knows, if it was a smocha, smoky mayai and whatever, near Technical University of Kenya. So, this chance I got, I worked for 3 days and I had a problem with county, council, our Kanjo. Then they told me that in order to work here, juu iko na pesa, you need to have a license. You see now, that's where government...
You need to have a license to sell smoky.
You need to have a license that allows you to sell to that particular place. So, that, you see that now, that is where the government comes in. Now, when you are ready to sell that smoky, ukiuza hizo smoky, kama uko ready na uko ready kabisa, the government will give you a license that maybe it expire within 8 months. And you will earn. Another thing is that we need to change attitude. Because you can see, sisi wengine wazazi wetu hawana kazi ya government. Na they have this attitude that, hustle upate 30,000 per month. Na ni your side hustle. Mtu akuuliza ulisomea nini? Atilisomea education lakini bado sijaandikwa. Na mwenye anakuambia aliandikwa, still anapata 30,000 from government. Unapata 30,000 from your side hustles. So unapata pesa yenye inaingia na government ndio unasema niko employed. Lakini yenye unapata na side hustle hauko employed. So in general mimi naona tu it requires collaboration between an employed person na government.
Excellent.
See to rely kwa government peke yake.
All right. Move this way, please. The guy in the blue, the guy in front of you. Raise your hand. Stand. Yes. And then we'll take one on this side, or two on this side.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Mkona ma opinions. Anyway,
I'm Brian Ogutu, a fourth-year student, a teacher of mathematics and chemistry. Yeah, I'll just support the view that the government play a key role in employment. Just to begin with, in the education sector, just the other day, like the CBC teachers were being employed, and now from my constituency, all the teachers that were doing education science were employed. The ones that are not employed are the ones that have not graduated right now. And that one was just through the government. And now I'll just say that we as individuals, opportunity will open for us the door, but the skill will sustain us in the door. Thank you.
Excellent. Let's move this side. I can see you. Let's come to the very top and then down the stairs a bit. Okay, patia huyo msee mwenye ako na t-shirt ya black huyo.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Felix Odiambo, a fourth-year student from the School of Agriculture, taking BSc Agriculture. Now, I want to agree with what my fellow students have said, that the government has a role in creating job opportunities. But at the same time, the same government has a role to create awareness to the public so that the people can know about the jobs that are available. For example, as they did about the Azla Fund, I'm sure that almost everyone in this room knew about Azla Fund. Yes, if I'm not wrong, almost everyone in this room knew about Azla Fund. But at the same time, I'm quite sure that there are some people in the same room who didn't know about the youth fund that the lady there mentioned about. That's because lack of enough
information.
Lack of enough information to the public. Now, I just wanted to say that in as much as the government has a role in creating job opportunities to the public, they also have a role in creating awareness fully through using different platforms, maybe social media, or sending their agents at the ground level to make awareness to the public. Otherwise, thank you.
You know, as you're talking about the government not communicating effectively or people not knowing about Youth Fund, you can actually write to them and say, we have a challenge. I can create a chapter in the university to communicate effectively. If they are genuine about giving the money to young people, you can actually be the person that markets for them within the WhatsApp groups and they pay you something small. So you're the ones to create the opportunity. Every problem is an opportunity depending on which side of the coin you look at it. We'll take two more and then we move on. The guy in red, and then you come down here to one of the volunteers.
Hello. My name is Edwin. I'm taking a JED. Kuangalia kwangu, what I know, the difference between a man and a man is only mind setting and the decision making.
The difference between a man and a man is?
Mind settings.
Mindset and decision making. Okay.
For example, you can give him 5,000 and you can give someone 5,000. At the end of the day, ninunue fiatu za 5,000, you mwingine anunue mbuzi ya 5,000. After 3 years, you will find me, I have more than three goats, and that someone have an old shoes. So
it's
that
true.
what I'm trying to say, let us, before you blame the government, let us know the value of money we have.
Excellent. Mpatie makofi za uzito.
Na kitu kingine, sasa on the government side. Government, for example, iweke pesa kwa agriculture. For example, I have one gorogoro of...
Don't worry, me, I understand what you're saying.
For example, I have one tin of coffee. If government will make as possible way, that one tin of coffee to be, for example, 150 or 200, I can able to manage and employ my own people in my community. So that it's not a must to depend on the government. So the only possible government can do, let us increase the price of our cash crops in our community.
I agree with you. Let's give him a round of applause. And my team, please give him a tumbler. All right. The last person. Here, the lady in red. Okay, speak. But make your point short, very brief, and then pass to her. You don't want to speak again?
Okay, mkwaje. My point, I will start with the issue of the government creates jobs. Like, we started by this issue of youth empowerment. You see, when the government brings something like that, I'm Andrew, I do computing, I'm in third year. I'm in fourth year. So what's there, I will design my, kuna watu wengi hapa nje wenye wako na akili, si ndio? So hii ni kazi imekuja. Watu wengi watakimbia pale waeke vitu zao. So I will come up with a issue yenye pia mimi nitaget. So these youth empowerment funds. I'll go there in my room, nifunge nizime taa, then I create a youth empowerment fund. I host it because tunatafuta pesa, si ndio? Utaanza kusema ni scam because yangu nimehost na umeenda hiyo yangu umeosho, si ndio? Utaanza kusema government is aileti kazi ni wash.
Wewe ebu ngoja.
Yeah, it is.
Unasema ati uta create counterfeit website alafu wase wa click alafu do ikuje kwako.
Yeah, that's where scam.
No, unasema hiyo ni job.
Yani that's where scams from, yani. I mean lack of knowledge of this correct sites to do it.
Oh, okay. Lack of knowledge.
Yeah, lack of
My
knowledge.
people perish for lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
Lack of knowledge to know where to do what.
Sawa. Thanks.
The other thing, it's about somebody complained about government making things known or like publicizing the job opportunities. It's about your digital marketing skills. You should have the digital marketing skills. Now you have the job, or you are searching for job. What added advantage of your certificate? You are saying you are doing a JED. Yes, we need somebody who is good at a JED. But what else after now a JED?
Yeah. Thank
How
you.
will you help us?
Thank you very much. God bless you. Next, the lady.
Thank you so much. I'm Caroline Okelo, a third-year student taking Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. What I want to say, our government has a role in creating employment. And I want to give you 3 examples that you can see. For example, the government has a role in developing infrastructure. Right now, our government is building affordable housing. These houses help the youths. When you work home, they get themselves in these jobs. Now, wanapata kazi. It's not necessarily working in the offices that you call a job.
Yeah.
Again, the Nyota project, that's empowering the youth. We have the Nyota project and the Women Enterprise Fund. Nyota project, I've seen more than 3 people when you walisha pata pesa, like 50,000 to start their business. And this one is working. And I want to ask, if the Nyota project doesn't go, have you tried Women Enterprise Fund? This works, you create a group of 10, then you put on your everything that
Are those
you need.
mamas because you agree with her?
I'm the one speaking. If you wanted to speak, you could have raised your hand. So I'm saying that if you create these groups, like 10 groups,
Yeah.
and then you apply. Have you ever tried applying for this?
Okay.
Yes. So I'm saying what I've seen. Again, our government is empowering the youth through innovations. Yes. And again, I want to say the challenge that we meet is what is being taught versus what the employers want. For example, if you are employing someone, would you consider applying someone knowledgeable but not skilled? You need skills and abilities. That's what we need in employment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. Let's give her a round of applause. Please give her a tote bag. Give her a tote bag. All right, these people have been really trying to get my attention. You're the last ones. One person between the two of you, just one.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Bryson Ofula. I am a master student, communications and media. I did my degree here in communication and media. So, yeah. I'll say there are 2 sides of the coin, or rather, it's a double-edged sword. One, the government, yes, is supposed to create avenues that one is able to access employment, but also they're supposed to ensure that the systems that are in place are favorable to these people that are looking for employment. Let me explain. For example, the other day I was having a conversation with the dean, was it Dr. Jen? We were talking about AI as a collective, and Africa as a whole we are the consumers of whatever the Europeans are pioneering in AI. So her argument was, what are we as a continent contributing to this movement? We were talking about it in the context of media, for example, because that's where I've majored. And nowadays, I think you have come across news that are being aired by AI characters. And she was asking, for somebody that has done his degree or her degree to a level of being just a journalist, and now you are seeing that your job is being taken by something that basically you cannot fight it. You cannot fight AI. At the end of the day, it is something that will come and it will impact how we consume information. So she was asking, now that you have done your degree in journalism, what else can you do now that your job has been taken?
So your point is that they should add skills beyond the basic skills they have.
On my second point of systems that work, when you look at education as a whole, what skills or what values are you adding to our students? Basically, if you ask me, this is my personal opinion, I don't think a Form 4 leaver is equipped with enough information to choose his or her career path. Because one, from Form 1 to Form 4, you have learned about 7 subjects. And I don't think there's any practical, maybe nowadays it is, but I don't think during our time there's any practical subject that you can say, when I'm done with Form 4, I can venture into this career path. What you are having here is people choosing things that I've seen work for other people. Somebody will choose engineering because maybe their father is an engineer.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not their passion, that's not something that they are very much interested in, but because they have seen it work, they say, somebody said about uncertainty. Somebody is certain that this thing has worked for my parents, so it will work for me.
Okay.
So when you're looking at education, what value are we adding? In our universities.
I'll need to stop you there because of time.
Let me just finish it. So just
One sentence.
in our universities, for example, what skill or what value addition are we giving to our students? There are teachers here, there are journalists here, but at the end of the 4 years, or some of our universities don't even have the equipments that are being used in the field. You'll go to, for example, in journalism, you'll go to a media station and you'll find that the camera there is worth around 1 million shillings. That's not something that can be handed to a school for students to learn. So it's again another learning experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause. So in conclusion, these are some of the things that I'm hearing and some of the things I want to leave you with. And this is my advice to you, having, of course, been in your seat where you are and where I am right now. Number one, and you can write it down, know your why. Know your why. Every single one of us was created with a purpose, and you have unique potential. If you don't discover it early in life, this is the time in your life where you can explore, you can experiment, you can try those ideas that come into your mind without having too much risk. The older you get, the harder it becomes. By the time you have children, a family, bills to pay, and just other responsibilities, it actually becomes harder for you to try some of the ideas that you have. So don't waste your potential. Know your why means know why you were created, know why God created you, know what's unique about you, what are the things you're passionate about, explore, and then why do you want to do, or why do you want to live the life, the kind of life that you want to live? What's your purpose? Discover it, develop it, meaning if you find yourself gravitating towards computers, right now there's so many courses online, and I'll come to that. So many courses online that are free. Most of us spend a lot of time on our phones, on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter or X, YouTube, all manner of apps except education. Use your phone, try reducing or dedicating an hour a day to learn something new. You'll be amazed at how you begin to think differently and become different. Explore your potential. If you think you want to be in public speaking, take a public speaking course online. They're free. So you have no reason. And that brings me to my second point. Don't be lazy. What I mean by that is, you've heard there's some hustlers here. Wamenyamaza tu, lakini they're making money in their own quiet way. Whether it's selling smokies like the lady who spoke up there, or farming like the other one who spoke up there, or insurance, you have no excuse for not making money while you're still in school. In fact, for you guys, Instagram helps you. Yes, we said, the entrepreneur earlier said it's not as easy, but find out. what do your fellow students actually need? And then offer it as a service and let them pay, or find a way of offering something valuable that someone can pay for. So don't be lazy. While you're complaining, government, someone else is actually creating the opportunities for themselves. Number 3, success is a choice, and not choosing to succeed is a choice in itself. Success is a choice, and not choosing to succeed is a choice in itself. Ultimately, your life is in your hands. You're already an adult. By the time you're 18, even 16 years old, you can no longer blame the government. You can no longer blame your parents. You can no longer blame your past, your circumstances, on why your life is not working. Otherwise, if you continue with that mentality, you will reach 40 years old, 50 years old, and you're still saying the government. In this country, there was a government of Kenyatta, a government of the late President Moi, a government of the late President Kibaki, a government of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Now we have the government of William Samoei Ruto. And all of them come with their own people into government. They come, they do what they know or think, and then they leave. So if you continue to blame people that don't even know your name, you will continue to blame them. Meanwhile, their lives are moving on. Yes, government has a role, and there's a reason why we'll come to the last point. But ultimately, whether you succeed or not is directly up to you. Not up to your parents, not up to anyone, it's up to you. So if you live with nothing else, I mean, we've said many things today, but you are responsible for your life. Today, you can start a side hustle while still in school, or you can chill until you finish, and then you start tammacking like everyone else. The choice is yours. And finally, while we still hold government accountable, you are the ones who put the government in place. If you don't like how things are, change it. All right? If you like your MP, support the ones who are doing well, so that you also send a message that the ones who work hard are the ones who are retained. If you like the lady said, she likes the affordable housing, the Women Empowerment Fund, she supports government. Obviously, she might vote for the government, so for her, she feels it's working for her. But at the end of the day, whether the policies are working or not, it's dependent on the leaders in office. And those leaders are because you and I voted. So next time, vote wisely. God bless you all. Thank you, guys. Asante sana.
Another round of applause as they leave the stage. Wasn't that engaging? I think for me, it was very eye-opening. My highlight really was we can all be in the same room, given all the same opportunities, and the choice really is yours, whether you take up that opportunity or not. I know some of you are sitting here and listening to some of your university mates and what they're doing, and they have not had any connections, no godfathers, godmothers, but they have taken that bold step. As the CEO has said, the choice is yours. And my prayer is that today you would choose to say, I am not giving power to anyone else outside of myself and God to determine my future. And then allow him to direct your steps to that future. Amen? Awesome. Still, again, when opportunity comes knocking, don't be lazy. An opportunity is here. We have a platform that can translate you to becoming a successful green entrepreneur, the Green Labs program. They will project it on the screen. There is a scan code, QR code. Don't be lazy. Take the first step. Take the initiative. Put in the work. If you're interested in green entrepreneurship, here is an opportunity. In a year from now, we could be asking, what did you do with that opportunity? Some will have seized it, some will not have moved. The second thing is, if you're interested in skilling, there's Green Skilling, the Elevate Academy. Again, the same QR code. Go to that QR code, sign up. Begin to take those courses and take charge of that which is your future, and not sit and wait for the opportunities to find you. Now, before we get into the debate, and I believe just based on how you guys have engaged today, it will be a very, very engaging debate. Before we do that, I want to be able to give an opportunity to somebody who is a singer, and you never know what this opportunity will do for her. So allow me to introduce and welcome to the stage, and help me welcome to the stage as well, Michelle, who will be singing Colors of the Wind. Karibu sana, Michelle. Where is she? Come to the stage. Yep, give it up for Michelle.
Hello, I am Michelle. I am an artist, yes. I'm also a member of Art Gallo International. We are a group of passion, yes, and dedicated artists, yes. That is what I can say. And in life, you have to hope to leave a mark, to achieve something, at least make the world a better place. Yes. I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. No, there was something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I leave no regrets. Something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will see I was here. I wanna say I live each day until I die. I know that I had something in somebody's life. The hurts I have touched be the proof that I live, that I made a difference. And this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Indeed, you are here. Now, we are going to get into the debate session, and you'll see some people moving in the back, arranging some tables for that. But I'd like to have your attention to the front of the stage. Do not pay any mind to what will be happening backstage. I want to give an opportunity to someone
from the USA, that is United States of our. Amesema the voice of that beautiful soul imenivunjia ndoa. Michelle, kudos to you. That is Gordon Odundo. There is somebody called UV Siango, is also watching live. Still locked in from Kisii campus. Streaming live from Safeway, that is Ward Ngeso. There is somebody called Kisii Comrade, is also watching. Catherine Peter is saying, this session has really put impact on me to start working on whatever I want to achieve as long as I have an idea. Kisii University to the world, help me appreciate the group. Wapigeni makofi the group. Nyabinge Samson anasema yeye anatumia itel na simu yake ina hang sana. But bado, thanks for watching live. Magdalene Mbithi is watching live, is saying kudos to Green Careers Caravan. Still locked in till dawn. That is Magdalene Mbithi. I think that is what? Mushtahiki Yusuf is watching live also to collect. Watch this thing live on all the Kisii University platforms. That is YouTube, Facebook, and X. That's still setting. Brighton Mulaha is also enjoying this session from Mwembe. You know where Mwembe is? That is a CBD. We will be reading the comments as the time goes on. Manda, I think you're ready. Oh, it's Kebabe. Kebabe, where are you?
Those are highs and lows. Keep you in mind if your heart gets broke. By your side when you're all alone, I will be there.
And I'll be there for the highs and lows. Keep you in mind if your heart gets broke. By your side when you're all alone, I will be there. I ain't a prince. I'll be there through the highs and lows. We all know life gets tough when you're by yourself. It's a lonely road. If you ever need someone, stop crying around and call my phone. And I will be there. Yo, look, these highs and lows are a part of life. Live every day like it's your last. I left my past to feel.
Oh yeah, sawa. Kebabe, you ready? Kebabe, it's you you're waiting for. Now you can see here there are very beautiful paints. This is from the art gallo, the people that are singing. And then out there is Aster Limited. They are our partner in the tech team. They are selling laptops out there. You can also pass by. There are scouts out there. They'll be guide. Kuna watu wanaona fee mingi wanashangaza natoka wapi. Scouts will be helping you. Kebabe.
So, you're good? Okay, great.
Mpigeni makofi akikuja. Comments zimeanza kuflow mingi, but we'll be reading them later on. So, Kebabe, the stage is yours.
Thank you. 1 2 1 2 1 2. This is Kebabe from Art Gallo International. I'm a brand influencer for Suit and Suit, upcoming CEO. Thank you, Jacob Slader, for this opportunity. Nimekuwa enlightened so much. I wrote this rap yesterday night. I practiced it yesterday night. I hope it awabamba. Sindio? Yeah, DJ, if you on. Check. Green, Career Caravan. Green, Career Caravan. Listen. Green Career Caravan imelan uku. Wase wamenaisu wamepiga luku. Tuko ona tujawaka vudu. Sezi chicken out manze mi nipe kuku. Hakuna wera so tuna create one simple idea manze inaweza kuwa big one. Jacob's ladder tuko 1-on-1. Lazima tutu line ways za ku earn more. Mtoto maskini yo. Budangu hana do. That's why mimi najikaza mo na bado tukijipa yani nivute wenye wako low. E degree lazima you open doors. Mtoto wa maskini yo, budangu hana do, lazima tu nijikaze mo na bado tuijipe ikiwa mo. Sikize, hii ni green career economy na hapa unajiongea. Ikizidi unajitolea. Na baraka zinaongeza. Hii ni green career economy na hapa unajitolea. Ikibidi unajiongea. Na ukizidi baraka zaongeza. Let's go on it. Let's go on it. Green career, nipe. Let's go on it. Green career, green career. Listen. Nataka tu kubonga na CEO. Asante sana kwa kuleta opportunity. Bado nimestep huku mbele kujiuza. Najua kuna msee pale nje atanilipa. Na bado isipojipa right now, najua itajipa pale mbele in future. Na jina ni Kebabe, mtoto wa maskini. Lazima tutajipa, yani in future. Hii ni green career economy. Na hapa inabidi umejiongea. Ikibidi sana, itabidi umejitolea. Green career economy. Inabidi umejiongea. Na kizidi sana, inabidi sana umejitolea. Yeah, I love it like that. I love it like that. I love it like that. Manze mimi nashukuru sana kwa hii fursa.
Another round of applause for Kebabe. Let's keep that momentum going, and we will have the president of the debate team come up and reintroduce his team. Give it up for Richard Onyancha.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard Onyancha. I am a 3.1 low student. My debate team, kindly make your way here to the front. As time is of essence, I will not introduce them. They will introduce themselves when they start speaking. Now, we are convened here for one crucial reason, to discuss the questions that affects the future of our nation, a question that sits at the intersection of our greatest demographic, the youth, and the largest economic sector. Now, Kenya stands at a pivotal moment. On one hand, we are a nation brimming with youthful energy, with well over 75% of our population under the age of 35. On the other hand, we face the stark reality that a vast number of the youth are searching for employment, with youth employment basically remaining a profound challenge. Yet within this challenge lies a seed of immense opportunity. For generations, agriculture has been the backbone of our economy, but now it is being reinvented, rethought. It is no longer about the soil and the whole, but rather it is about sensors, satellites, startups. It is about e-commerce, value addition, and basically green energy. Now, this radical metamorphosis has a name, hence agri-innovation. Now, and so the debate today is not just a topic for discussion, it is a vision for the future of this nation. And so the motion before this honorable house, Agri-innovation is the future of youth employment, in Kenya. Now, to unpack this critical issue, we now call upon our debaters arguing for the motion in firm belief that agri-innovation holds the key to opulence and opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon the Prime Minister, Kingsley Kimathi. Round of applause, kindly.
The moment is finally here. My name is Kingsley Kimathi, and I would like to be timed in 1, 2, and 3. Well, my dear comrades, my fellow debaters, this is an opportunity for us to expose our minds to the realities of the today's world. You know, picture a girl by the name Mora here in Kisii. She has done her degree, of course, completed it, and she settled somewhere at home. And the narrative that is being given to her is that, you know, you have to go maybe to Nairobi or to the bigger cities that we know of so that you can access opportunities. And I would like to say opportunities in quotes, because we are here to support a motion that this house believes that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in rural Kenya. There is an alternative solution for this girl. There's something that is called hydroponic farming. And agri-innovation itself is an interesting factor. It might sound technical, but I want to expound it to you so that we can all be together. You know, agri-innovation involves not just the traditional farming that we know of, but also, kindly come after I'm done, it comes with a reference to the utilization of artificial intelligence, drones, and solar irrigation. That is what we can always understand because we have seen it here. And modern processes such as hydroponics and vertical farming. Vertical farming, it's something like you see someone has a pipe, a PVC pipe, and they have crops growing on the sides of them. I believe everyone has ever seen such of a thing. And hydroponics, it's an emerging process and technique of farming where you do not need to use any kind of water. Any kind of soiling. You just need to strategically use water and nutrients to grow your crops. Agri-innovation also includes fresh business models, such as improvement in the value addition and having export and agri-tourism. Value addition is all about converting agri-products into better products that can be of beneficial to us. Here in Kisii, it's obvious that bananas are the main cropping for the people of Kisii. Yeah, that's true. But yes, through value addition, that banana has been used to even generate other kind of products. Interestingly, for our ladies, the kind of braids that you have. Here in Kisii, we have people that are wearing braids made of bananas. That is an interesting thing that I would like to bring to you. And this is the future that we are trying to point for you.
Point of information.
Yeah.
Now you're educating the youth about hydroponics. Remember, the motion is youth employment. Hydroponics, which jobs is hydroponics creating? Surely hydroponics is vertical farming. We're talking about youth employment.
Well, if you are listening carefully, I was defining the terms, and I believe I did define them as clearly as it should be. And now moving forward, the future of this, we are talking of a scalable future for all of us. A sustainable one and a dignified one for us. And the rural Kenya that we are talking of, it's none other than the places that we come from. Kisii, talk of Meru, talk of Turkana, talk of every home place that we all come from. This
motion that we have here is very critical, because even the talks that we have been having today, they have been here to show us that up to 75% of all of us here, or even to simplify the terms for us, counting 1, 2, and 3, up to 10 youths in rural Kenya. Out of all those people, majority of them are jobless. And in all of that, 4 out of those 10 people have been employed or have access to opportunities in the agriculture sector. So the question that I'm going to be answering here is whether the innovations that Mr. Opposition is trying to show that I'm not yet addressing, it's to check on whether innovation is the sector that can transform this unemployment challenge into an opportunity for us in the agriculture sector. And I want to mention that green opportunities are the jobs and the jobs for us. And young people may not always welcome this idea, but you know, agricultural sector offers employment to us in a lot of ways that we might not always embrace, but it's part of us. Think of people such as us. We want to embrace technology. We want to embrace ICT. We want to embrace technology at large. And that is what agri-innovation is all about, innovating and changing the traditional ways of doing agriculture to better ourselves, even in the near future. No one is saying that we should bury our feet in the soils and plant ourselves in those soils the entire of our lives just because it's agriculture. Agri-innovation, it's all about being... Thank you so much.
Strict and adhering to time. Thank you for that. Be that as it may, bananas, breads made out of bananas. I would like to welcome the leader of opposition to present the case.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sebastian Inziani. I am the leader of opposition. Our position as the opposition is to affirm that agriculture is not the way to go. So which is the way to go? Ladies and gentlemen, be our guests. My good friend, the Honorable Prime Minister, has presented a case that sounds seductively optimistic, but deep down it bears an impression of false hope. Take a picture of this scenario, honorable members. You have a tiny micro village in the interior-most rural parts of Kenya that depends on agriculture wholly as the only economic activity for the sustainability of its people. Then out of nowhere, it is befell by a natural disaster called climate change. What about this thing called climate change? Honorable members, Kenya has a total landmass of 582,646 kilometers square, out of which 20% only of this total landmass is considered suitable for agriculture. This is not a statement from heaven. This is a statement that was done, it is a research that was done by the Intergovernmental Authority on Development that was presented as early as yesterday, last night. Why are we saying agriculture is not the way? As the agricultural sector continues to shudder and dim the dreams of millions of Kenyans, there are different sectors of the economy that have continuously boomed and have created employment opportunities. Take, for instance, an example of the ICT sector. The ICT sector, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, created over 780,000 employment opportunities in the year ended 2024. So why don't we abandon agriculture and adopt these sectors that continuously help in creating employment opportunities? It should be noted that the 782,000 employment opportunities that were created led to a 7.8% growth in the economy that attracted to over 64 billion shillings in foreign investments. Ladies and gentlemen, agriculture is not the way to go. The future does not lie on agriculture. The future lies on manufacturing. The future lies in hospitality. The future lies in ICT. Ladies and gentlemen, take a scenario whereby you have a graduate from the university who has graduated recently, has gone to a financial institution, has borrowed loan, has started agri-business in the name of, let's say, for example, poultry farming. Then, all of a sudden, Kenya being the largest consumer of imported eggs from countries such as Uganda, the market suddenly gets flooded with imports from Uganda. There is a sudden increase in inflation. Then, out of nowhere, the price of feeds increase. This does not only kill the business of this young youth, but also shatters away the dreams of many other youth. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2008 to 2018, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change suggested that, or in its research provided that over 108 billion shillings are spent by the developing countries, Kenya being one of them, in managing disasters of climate change. We therefore affirm as the opposition that a good example of the 19th century that saw the improvement in industrial sectors in countries like Europe, which saw a negative impact in the major population, in the aspect of the larger part of the population being affected by the problem of unemployment, whereby manufacturers saw it fit to adopt machines to replace them with human labor. This led to a high rate of unemployment. The opposition adopts the position that agriculture, as I had stated earlier, it is not the future. The future lies in ICT, the future lies in hospitality, the future lies in manufacturing sectors. That having been said, as the opposition, we submit and raise our case.
Future lies in hospitality, manufacturing industries, and the rest. Don't know why you were raising your hand. Thought you were preaching. I would now like to invite the Deputy Prime Minister to affirm the Prime Minister's case.
Ladies and gentlemen of the House, good afternoon to you. I trust you are well. My name is Shali Nafula, the Deputy Prime Minister. My timekeeper, my time starts now. The wearer of the shoe knows where it hurts most. Unemployment is not just a far-fetched concept for us, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually living and experiencing it. We're talking about the youth in rural Kenya, but who are the youth in rural Kenya? You will say we come to the universities, to TVETs, to colleges, to get our degrees. And when we get our degrees, we say we left home to change home. Now that we're going back home, where is home? Home is in the rural Kenya. Home is in Muranga. Home is in Homa Bay. Home is in Nyandarua. Home is in West Pokot. Home is Bungoma. These are the rural areas, ladies and gentlemen. And as the Deputy Prime Minister and the proposition in this case, I want to build on the case that my Prime Minister has already established, that agri-innovation is indeed the future of us as youth. The leader of opposition came in to tell us that agriculture is not the way to go. And to an extent, I agree with him. But ladies and gentlemen, agri-innovation, we are changing the norms. We are demolishing the systems that no longer serve us. And we're building new systems through innovation, through the creations of our minds to help us transform us in various sectors. We have established that we are the people, we are the audience, because we are from rural Kenya. Now we are in university. The Kisii University offers 8 courses. We are not going back home to lay these degrees under our suitcases because we have no future. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever course, whatever school you are in, you have a chance in agri-innovation. For example, let us start with the lawyers. Talk about the contracts in businesses. Talk about the lease agreements. Who drafts this? The lawyers. The School of Education, we have the teachers. They are developing the curricula. They are imparting knowledge to our communities. That is exactly how you are beneficial. You are creating employment for yourself in agri-innovation. You are not waiting for someone else to come and tell you that in 5 years' time, or give me your certificates, I'll give you work, or I'll do this and this. The School of Pure and Applied Sciences. Let us talk about the actuaries. What do? They identify risks in businesses, and they provide measures to manage these risks or to mitigate these risks. They also provide insurances for our businesses in case of acts of God or something happens to our businesses in agri-business that we have agri-innovated. Ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and on about the 8 schools, but this is just to let you know that you have a place in agri-innovation. The opposition may come and tell you that we need to go to industrialization. But let's be clear here, are we engineers? Are all of us engineers? Because we know that is an area that majorly or highly requires engineers and these people. But in agri-innovation, everyone has a space. You have a chance, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we are on board with that, let us go to the pressing issues. How many times have you eaten ugali mayai this week? Ugali mayai, mayai ugali, condensed porridge and omelette, omelette and condensed porridge. That is the way to go, right? There's also a commercial running on Citizen TV by Food Fiti, encouraging the people to eat vegetables because we have adopted a culture where we do not eat vegetables. And one of the reasons is that because we do not understand. And that is exactly why I'm here. Even the Holy Book says, my people perish due to lack of knowledge. But then we are here today with the Green Caravan to gain knowledge on this. Now that we have identified that there is a problem in Kenya, we as innovators come in with better food, with better methods of farming to actually help alleviate these problems. As agri-innovators, by what my Prime Minister said, we have hydroponics. You do not need land to grow food. But also, the opposition may come in and say, most of you do not have land. But let's be clear, we are Africans, right? We inherit land, right? So most of us here, I'm sure, are assured of land because we pass it down from generations to generations. Is it so? It is so. Now that we have established that land is not an issue, and even if it were an issue, we have the sub-chiefs, we have the chiefs, we have the
Point of information.
Please go ahead, 10 minutes, 10 seconds.
Now you're talking about inheritance. You know, you will be waiting for your dad to die. What if your dad dies at 90? Where are you getting the land?
Ladies and gentlemen, succession does not happen just when someone dies. We actually know that that is not how it works. The father divides land among his sons and daughters equally. We do not need to wait for them to die. Ladies and gentlemen, to go on, now that we have established that you have a problem, that is exactly why we need you. I need you as an agri-innovator to join the Green Caravan. It is here making way like Moana, and Kisii University are builders. We are builders, we are innovators, we think above and beyond. We have seen the power of coming together as the youth to transform the nation, to transform. Now that we are here, we are not just talking about this commercial, this subsistence farming. We are talking about growing cash crops and mushrooms for sale in big hotels and even for export. The leader of opposition mentioned shortage, mentioned mayai imports. Why is that? Because we have a shortage in Kenya. But how about we agri-innovate? We bring in innovation to help with the production of eggs and poultry so that we do not have shortages. And why is that? Because you will be there. You will be there to create change. Ladies and gentlemen, I beseech you, the Green Caravan is here. Hop on. Let's join the caravan. It has made way. Kisii University, the university of the 21st century, we are builders. And whatever breakage or whatever cracks the opposition may try to paint, we have a solution. So do not buy that, because in agri-innovation, we create changes and we innovate. Thank you.
Such great incentives from the Deputy Prime Minister. Thank you so much. At this particular point in time, I'd like to invite the Deputy Opposition Leader to present the case.
The King of Salem, Melchizedek, tells Santiago that when you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you get it. Now, to our young people present in the house, when you want something greater than agriculture, the whole world is going to conspire in helping you achieve it. I'm here to tell you, as the deputy leader of opposition, you've got great dreams. Be Santiago. Follow your personal legends. Don't go by what the government proposes to you. The government has spoken about land. Now, I'll give you an example. Currently, Maelo Benta is mourning an uncle. Last week on Friday, in the evening, my uncle was slain. He went to hospital. He was put in the ICU. On Saturday morning, at 5:15 a.m., the news reached us. Uncle David is gone. The reason for his death, he was slain because of land. The Deputy Prime Minister has told us that actually the land is subdivided even before someone dies. Yes, my grandfather is not dead, but my uncle is dead. What is the point there? The government wants you to go into a risky venture, a venture in agri-innovation that is going to take away the life of our young people. That is so sad. As the opposition, we are here to save our young people. And I'll begin by rebutting the points presented to us by the opening government. Number 2, I'll present the points for the opposition. Number 3, I'll give you the alternatives and I'll conclude. Number 1, the government has spoken issues here but has abandoned the issue of capital. Now, look at this example. If today I wanted to begin a farm, be it maybe using agriculture, yes, a new innovative agricultural method, if I don't have capital, that dream is dead on arrival. Number 2, they've spoken about
information.
I'll pick it later.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we also speak about the issue of market. In as much as we say agri-innovation is going to look at innovation, is going to embrace technology, is going to accommodate all these changes and new things. There is a difference between production and having what you've produced being consumed. Are you sure that if all our young people venture into farming, venture into agri-innovation, will our market be able to absorb all their products? It's not possible. Do we want to produce these crops? We want to give out good products, but unfortunately, let our young people be exploited in the market.
Point
no,
of information.
We go against it.
Point
yes.
of information. Your current point just has an alluding point that all the food that we produce is for primary consumption, not about the exports. Have you completely disregarded that? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let us look at the exports. Now, that is where exploitation happens. You can't tell me that a youth in the rural village of Wamunyiri in Bungoma County is going to connect properly to an international market without brokers, without cartels, and be sure that whatever he or she has produced will reach the market with the value he had in mind. That is actually
point of information
practical.
again. Point of information.
I can't pick 2 points of information from the same opening government. Thank you. On to my submission now as the deputy leader of opposition. It is said it is the nature of reptiles to bite, but it should be the nature of human beings to fight for rights. It is the nature of the government to exploit its citizens, but it is the nature of the opposition to always stand for the rights of the citizens. Now, I'm going to present number 1, why agri-innovation cannot be the future of youth employment in rural Kenya. Number 1, we are going to look at infrastructural challenges. I've got a friend, she's called Nelima. Nelima managed to acquire a solar-powered pump for drip irrigation. Now, while she used the pump for around 2 months, the pump broke down. But now the technician is 150 kilometers away from where she is, plus the roads are impassable. In Uganda, they say that potholes are not on the road. It is the roads that are on the potholes. And the same applies to us. Now, it was very tough for her to... It was very tough for her. It was very tough for her to get the technician. Now, by reaching the technician, that is after 1 month, the spare part for that item, for that machinery, had to be ordered from Nairobi. It took another month. Now, we are looking at the infrastructural challenges. The structures here. Agri-innovation has its based on infrastructure. You can't have agri-innovation in a place with no electricity, no proper roads, no proper storage amenities. That dream cannot work. Now, on that note, statistically speaking, 40% of households in Kenya have access to electricity. What about the remaining 60%? Where are these people going? So if you're going to focus on agriculture, agri-innovation, this is to mean 60% of households are going to be left out. And in social justice, we speak about equity and equality. If today I ask the government if agri-innovation is going to promote equity or equality, it will promote equality, but it won't promote equity because they don't know what equity is. I'll tell you at the end. My second point goes to technological gaps. When we speak about the technological gaps, if we do not have internet, it's not about having a smartphone. It is about the whole ecosystem. It is about having fast, accessible, and affordable internet. Not all villages have this, and we all can affirm that. When we went home for the holidays, some of us could not get online because we are in the rural village. The same way, someone says we want the government to maybe train our young people. By the time the government of Kenya trains 1,000 young people into doing things matters innovation, that technology, that package that they that they may want to use will have gone obsolete. Will agri-innovation be the future of youth employment in rural Kenya? No. Why do I want to cry? Because the government is trying to lie to us. I feel emotional. Now, I'll go to the 3-1, that is the changing aspirations in the young people. Each of us wants something different. Historically speaking, we are going to speak about something different. Thank you.
The debate is now starting to look like a debate, is it not? At this particular point in time, I'd like to call the member of government to add flesh to the already made body.
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Amojong, a second-year law student. I'll start by posing a question to you. How many factories do you have in your village? Well, how many farms do you have in a village? Fine for that. We are here to discuss the most pressing issue of our generation, the future of over 1 million Kenyan youths who enter the job markets every year searching for opportunities. Well, my opponents may offer to you tired ideas of the past, but I stand before you with a vision rooted not in hope, but in reality. A vision where our youth are not just job seekers, but job creators, where they're not architects in their already struggling economy, but where they're not participants in the already struggling economy, but architects of a new one. I stand before you to affirm with conviction that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in Kenya. And let us be clear on our terms. Agri-innovation isn't just a fancy word for farming. It is the application of new technologies, smart business models, and creative thinking to every single link in the agricultural chain, from the soil to the shelf, from the seed to the international markets. This future is not one of mere subsistence. It is a future of opulence, of significant generational wealth. This future is not a distant dream. The evidence is clear. The enabling environment is not a dream to come. It is here with us, waiting for us to seize it. Well, my point rests on 2 pillars. The first pillar being that agri-innovation is the most direct path to opulence. Why do I say this? Innovation multiplies value. Well, the traditional agriculture has a very low income ceiling, but agri-innovation smashes that ceiling. Think of Liz Kerubo. She didn't just sell raw honey, she innovated. She processed it, branded it as a killer, and now captures the value, the profits that comes with value addition. She moved from the low margin farm gates to the high margin supermarket shelves. That is opulence. Think of a young tech graduate. They don't need jembes. They can operate drone systems, surveying thousands of acres of land for farmers, analyzing crop health, with data analytics. This is a high value, high income careers that didn't exist 5 years ago. That is opulence. Well, agri-innovation breaks the boom and bust cycle. Through climate-smart tech like drip irrigation and greenhouses, it turns, and through value addition, that turns perishable mangoes into shelf-stable juice. Agri-innovation captures year-round income. The financial stability is the foundation of opulence. This is the shift from being a laborer to being a CEO, from earning a wage to building equity. This is what the future of employment must look like. The second pillar is that the enabling environment is already here. This is the most compelling part of our argument. We're not waiting for this infrastructure to be built. The success for this infrastructure is already here. First, the policy foundation is laid. Our national blueprint, Vision 2030, explicitly prioritizes agricultural modernization and youth employment. Concrete programs like KYOP and Nyota are not just ideas on paper. They're funded, they're active, and they're proven. KYOP alone has helped launch 86,000 youth-owned businesses. The government's AGPO programs even sets aside procurement opportunities specifically for youth-led enterprises. The political will is already here. Second, the financial mechanisms are in place. The biggest hurdle has always been capital. That excuse is gone. KYOP offers direct grants and business training. Village savings and loans associations allow youth to pull resources together and invest in each other's businesses. When we look at this, the landscape is moving beyond traditional loans that require collateral our youth simply don't have. Third, and most crucial, the technology is in our hands. Kenya is a global leader in mobile money and connectivity. With over 80% mobile penetration, the tool for revolution is already in the hand of every young Kenyan. This connectivity allows for e-commerce platforms, mobile banking, access to real-time market prices and digital supply chains. We don't need to build this infrastructure. It is already here. Now, my opponents will offer to you ideas from the past. They'll say that the youth don't like to farm, but that is because you are thinking of the past. Show them the drones, show them the tech, show them the profits, and they'll not only want it, they'll excel at it. They'll say that we don't have farms, but agri-innovation doesn't need 100 acres of land. Look at a hydroponic unit on a balcony in Kibera. It can grow high-value vegetables. A mobile processing unit can serve an entire community without owning a single farm. The barriers are perceptions, not realities. And the time for that future is now. The policies are active, the funding is available, and the technology is in our hands. The enabling environment is not a promise to come. It is a present-day reality. The question before us is not if this is the future. It is if we have the courage to embrace it. Let us empower our youth to be the agripreneurs, to be the CEOs, to be the tech founders of tomorrow. Let us vote for a future of opulence. Let us vote for the motion. Thank you.
Thank you for the great incentives. I would now like to call the member of opposition. The stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have had the grand submissions from the proposition. And I particularly was struck by the opening statement from the government whip. And she asks you a very important question for which the opposition team is here in the room. She asks, how many factories have you in your village? And the answer is 0, isn't it? And that is why we are here as the youth, because we want to tell you that we need to focus on industrialization. We have tried to assess the countries that are wealthiest. Look at South Africa, for example. Let us have a look at the international arena. We have the USA, we have China. Have you heard any of them focusing on agriculture? leave alone the sugar coating called agri-innovation. But is any of them focusing in agriculture? That is no. They are focusing on industrialization. And that is why the team opposition is here, to make it clear to you that what can make you grow as a country, what can make our youth be absorbed is actually industrialization and not agri-innovation. She also talks about opulence, gives us an example of Kerubo, who is earning 2 million. But have you seen her pay slips? Have you seen that that is actually what she has? Let me ask you a good question. In Kenya, have we not had such narratives? We are being told of, there's a woman we were told who borrowed hustler fund of 500 shilling, and we are told that as it now she invests and she's earning 5 million. Have we not had such narratives, which are actually lies? So ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to dismiss her submissions in their entirety. Now, let me ask you a good question. Have you ever had one problematic and desperate ex? This is that ex whom, because you want to leave, you decide to cheat on them. In trying to uphold their principles, they leave. But after 2 or 1 week, they come back to you and ask you, hey baby, can I apologize to you? And please baby, tell me how best I can love you so that we can continue proceeding with our relationship. So this ex actually forgets that they're the ones who are hurt in this relationship. And that the proposition is actually the current ex. They've been here telling us about agriculture. They've realized it's not working. And now they're coming with another narrative of agri-innovation. Do you think if agriculture did not work from the start, is agri-innovation really going to work? It has not worked, and the sugar coating does not even help. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is clear to you that even the youth are naturally deriving themselves away from agriculture and any sort of related activities that deals with agriculture. Now, good policies, ladies and gentlemen, always work with human preferences and not against them. We have a good example. On June 24th, on June around the 1st up to the last month, 2024, what did the country Kenya experience? There were very mass protests. Why? Because we were having the Finance Bill 2024 that was against our preferences as the youths. And what was the result? We had mass deaths, and those who did not die, who were participating in these protests, actually lost very important parts of their bodies, for which they were using still want the government to continue giving you policies that don't align with their preferences. Since time immemorial, you've not chosen any activity that relates to agriculture. You want to tell me that now, because it is sugar-coated to agri-innovation, you want to buy the idea? It is not going to work with you, and it is not going to work in your favor. Because as I have illustrated, we have seen countries which agri-innovation have not worked for them. Let me tell you, we have USA, and they have the infrastructure and the incentive. Why do you think they have never thought of focusing on agri-innovation? Because it actually doesn't work. Kenya is a third world country, and we're the ones who want to take this approach. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not going to work for us. It has never worked, and it is also not going to work. The opposition is not just arguing or putting away this whole conversation about agriculture for the sake of it. We want to actually give you a solution, and I have mentioned it before, that industrialization is actually the way to go. If Kenya also focused on this and invested on it, trust me, we will grow, because industries open very wide opportunities to get jobs, from being a lawyer, an advisor, to we have informal jobs. We need the cleaners, we need people who can operate all these machines, and that is why the proposition identified that there are actually no factories in the rural areas, and this is why we need them. Now, let me give you a statistic. According to the Business Daily e-paper, on March 24th, this year, 2025, they say that Kenya actually imports 70% of its medicines from countries like India and China and other developed European countries. Now, I'm sure in this house, about half of us took a medicine or two to balance our health status. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, the fact that people take medicine occurs across the country and even in African countries. So imagine if if Kenya became a pharmaceutical industries, such that we would attract nations from Africa to get this product, to import them from Kenya. How far do you think our GDP will grow? Have you ever thought about that? But I put it to you today, that if we focus on industrialization, particularly pharmaceutical industries, then ladies and gentlemen, Kenya will have absorbed so many youth. You don't have to think about the skill expertise. There are so many opportunities you can work with. I am a lawyer. I need to be a legal advisor in a company. Ladies and gentlemen, industrialization is actually the way. Dismiss this whole narrative of agri-innovation. It is not going to work for us. Think again of textile industry. We have at the river. We have at the river that has limestone, which is cement. Ladies and gentlemen, if you focus on these construction products, then we are going to develop as a country. Let's embrace industrialization and dismiss agri-innovation in its entirety. Thank you very much.
Be that as it may, I'd like now to call the government whip to add flesh to their case.
Honorable esteemed members of the House, I go by the name Asaya Lydia. And today as the government whip, I am here to refute, I am here to rebuild, and I'm here to convince you that agri-innovation is the future of rural youth's employment. The question at hand is not about now. We are talking about our 2033. We are talking about our future, and especially the youths, and mainly rural areas. We are not talking about the towns. We are not talking about the cities, the opposition. You are talking about 0 factories in rural areas, and you have actually confirmed that. So, you claiming that industrialization is the future, yet we have 0 industries. How is it possible? We are not that, we can't be manipulated in that way.
Point of information.
Yes.
We actually don't have the factories. Don't you think if we bring these factories, then the youth in the rural areas will get employment?
We don't have the factories, you agree. But bringing it, how much does it cost as compared to agri-innovation, whereby whereby we already have our lands in our rural areas? I decline the other point. I decline, I'm sorry. We are talking about agri-innovation, where we already have the main substance, which is our land. We already have the lands, and it's just about getting away and getting rid of the informed decision that the society has made us to believe that agriculture is unattractive. That is basically why agri-innovation is here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to bring agri-innovation so that it can attract the youth, because I, as a strong believer of Kuomoka by all chances, as long as it is legal, I do not run away from agriculture. I am running away from poverty. So you claiming that the youth are migrating because agriculture is not good for them, that is a lie. We are migrating because we want to change home. We want to create a better future for our home. The opposition also claims that rural youth cannot engage in agri-innovation due to inadequate land. Time immemorial, stories of people being killed because of land has been there, and that was the traditional farming. And our able member of opposition, that's why we are here. That's why agri-innovation is here. That's why GCC is here. I decline. That's why GCC is here. We need to rethink this issue of land, because now in agri-innovation, we are not talking about growing wider. That's what they are talking about. But we are talking about growing higher, growing smarter, which will increase the level of productivity in our land. Ladies and gentlemen, have we considered rooftop farming? Have we heard of the flying garden, whereby we do not need land per acres, but we need land per square meter? This is how agri-innovation is going to help us improve. We actually are in need of agriculture in our rural areas. We cannot talk about issues that are only going to favor people in the cities, because as per now, only Mombasa and the major cities, Nairobi, they are good at industrialization. We agree. But we are here to offer good employment to the rural youths. And, we are not talking about only farming, ladies and gentlemen. agri-innovation brings about other forms of employment. For instance, agriculture extension officers. That is a job. If you are interested to work in an office, you can specialize in that. We are interested to people who love delivery, where we can deliver goods to our markets. That's what agri-innovation is bringing about. Agroforestry is another issue. We don't need much land in agri-innovation. We can practice agroforestry, whereby we are going to plant trees, crops at the same land, and even invest in livestock in the same land, which will actually, we do not need much land in agri-innovation. That is a very outdated way of thinking. About infrastructure, the issue time immemorial. You have ever talked about pots being on the roads or something of the sort. You know better. But I am here to tell you, statistically, as of 2023, 70% of Kenya's rural population had an access to all-season roads within 2 kilometers of their homes, a significant increase from 56% in 2009. Statistics agree with me. This is strategic progress, ensuring that agricultural zones are reachable. So, as much as we have infrastructural challenges, they are being tackled. And when we adopt agri-innovation, when we are going to adopt agri-innovation, they are going to work head on with infrastructural development through whereby, we are having agri-innovation in our rural places. This is going to be an encouragement for even us as the government to come there and see the need of land, transferring plants from the farms to the market. So if you vote agri-innovation, it means you are going to vote, you're also voting for infrastructural development. In the 2025-2026 budget, road development and maintenance received over 102 billions, including upgrades to trunk, primary and secondary roads. So this is what I'm going to ask the opposition. If 70% of rural communities now have all-season roads access, the government continues to even invest billions in strategic road networks. Can you truly claim that Kenya lacks the infrastructure to support agri-innovation? That is my question, and I take my rest. I humbly submit.
Much as the opposition whip is burning with ideas, I now welcome you to the floor.
Thank you very much. Samuel Baraza is my name, opposition whip. I'm here to whip them. Now I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Everybody close your eyes. We are talking about youth employment in rural Kenya. So we are talking about creation of jobs. How many jobs have they created? Perhaps 1,000 jobs. We are talking about a whopping 2.5 million youths not having jobs in rural Kenya. They are lying to us. Now, I want us to conduct a very quick audit within this room. Now, do you know, look at the CEO here. She's driving a Lexus LX 570. Made in Japan, not in Kenya. Sawa sawa. Look at my suit. If you look at it, it is Roberto Lorenzo. Made in Turkey. We want to create these jobs in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are surrounded by the evidence of a global truth that the world thrives in manufacturing. I will not take it, please. We are thriving in a world that is manufacturing oriented. Ladies and gentlemen, there is evidence in this room. Now, the motion before this house is not only incorrect, it is a vision of the past. We want to move on. We are not going back to our exes. Now, the opposition comes here and it talks about hydroponics as the solution for youth employment. Now, we are talking about youth employment, ladies and gentlemen. Hydroponics is totally controlled by electricity. How many jobs is it creating? 0 or 1 for controlling that machine. And they talked about hydroponics doesn't need land. Now, I'm wondering, are you going to put hydroponics in the air? Because it needs to be above land. Ladies and gentlemen, the land issue recurs. Now, the opposition also talks about creation of jobs across careers. And my worthy lawyer here is not informed that also industrialization creates jobs Actually more. Why do we study company law in class? Did you attend company law classes? Industries are going to create company law, are going to create companies out here. Lawyers are going to be employed there. We have the Work Injuries Benefits Act. Lawyers are coming here to defend industrial workers in the rural areas. Ladies and gentlemen, industrialization also creates jobs around the network. You are also covered by industrialization. Now, she asks us, how many factories do we have in the rural areas? Now, there are mothers and fathers on land. How many have created jobs for you? Now, they're saying youths are going to Nairobi to look for those industries. Why don't we bring these industries in rural Kenya so that we curb the 277,000 migration rate to the urban centers? We don't have jobs in rural area. Agri-innovation has been there. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the 2030 vision. Vision 2030. Now, Vision 2030, under the economic pillar, we have agri-innovation shouting. It has been 18 years down the line. Ladies and gentlemen, 18 years. You guys don't even know what agri-innovation is, right? Thank you very much. Aha. Now, she talks about financial stability, and she talks about the fact that we have money to fund youth employment. Now, let me take you through the journey of getting funding for agri-innovation. Now, we have organizations, yes, like Apollo Agriculture. We have banks. But do you have land? Are you waiting for your grandfather to die for you to get that land so that you have collateral to get that loan? You're not going to get loans to start agri-innovation. And industrialization is the way to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we need 2.5 million jobs. They have created 2001. When it comes to voting, this is the side to vote. This is the side that has your jobs. Let us clap at that. Now, let me tell you why the closing opposition wins. It has provided a solution to agri-innovation. A solution that is going to create millions of jobs. A solution that has worked. Let us look at China, for example. 27.7% of Chinese youth are employed in industrialization, and it contributes 27.7% to the GDP. Let us look at agriculture in China, 6.8%, going downwards. Let us look at the United States, for example. In the 19th century, when we marked the transition from agri-innovation to industrialization, it led to a tripling effect in the labor creation. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you want a tripling effect in labor creation? Do you? You do, right? Now, they're saying that it is not practicable. We are having choppers flying from Congo, carrying minerals to the United States. We need to attack these minerals and bring them in Kenya so that we create the Lexus 570 here. So that 34 million comes to our pockets, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Audi Alteram Patem. They have spoken. You and me have listened. That is the principle in law that gives fair hearing. But we have given them enough time to create jobs. They have only created 2001. The opposition is creating millions and millions of jobs. The 2.5 million and above. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood. The opposition took the one less traveled. We are the lone travelers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is finished.
Sound. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. An electrifying exchange of ideas. At this particular point in time, I'd like to invite you honorable members of this house to pose questions to the debaters if you have any. So I am only limited to 3 questions, if I am not wrong.
Or not necessarily even questions. If they can oppose or propose to the motion, it's also fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah, thank you. My question will go to the opposing side. My question goes to the opposing side. For how long are we going to wait for those industries? Meanwhile, what will we be eating? One thing I know we are eating every day is only that we are trying to create value to what we are eating in an innovative way. When we talk of innovation, especially in the agricultural sector, I don't have to be in the urban area. For example, I think they are very elitist. Even when you go to the urban areas, majority of our urban areas are in the slum areas. And they are doing extremely well in the vertical farming that we keep talking and sensitizing you about. Then you're always thinking of land. Let me tell you, even when it comes to the issue of funding, nowadays financial institutions fund ideas. If you have a good idea and you're able to defend it, you don't have to have physical land for you to be funded. Thank you.
MC, now that a question has been posed, it is only proper if it's responded to. So let them respond first, and then...
Thank you very much. I respect Madam, she's our lecturer, but I would like to differ here. Now, she has asked for how long. I bet she didn't read the motion. The motion is saying, agri-innovation is the future. We are looking at the future, right? Look at how long Silicon Valley took to develop, and go and see the industries there. We are talking about the future, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you know, she said industrialization is expensive. Do you know how much hydroponics cost? To install that hydroponics, do you know how much it costs? Millions and millions of money. Now, let us go to jobs creation, for example, because the motion is about jobs creation. And she's talking about people depending on agriculture in slums to manufacture food. I totally agree with you, Madam. But how many jobs is that creating? We want to create jobs for you youth. Now, you guys are not living in the slums. You are living in rural Kenya. We want to bring industries in rural Kenya so that you get jobs. Now, in as much as I have due respect for Madam, and I agree with her, kindly, the motion is creation of employment in rural Kenya. Thank you very much.
Next question.
Thank you. My name is Odhiambo Moses. My name is Odhiambo Moses, a honorable member of this house. I have two questions to pose to the opposers. The first question says, as we talk of the source of employment in the Vision 2030 and going forward, what will be the most dependent resource for these materials that we will be using in the industrialization? Will they not be coming from the agri-innovation? The second one, by that time that you are talking of industrialization, what will we be eating if we don't promote the agri-innovation? Thank you.
As they discuss who will answer, I think we'll take another question.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chepungena Jerchir Naomi.
Let me just answer the question, then you'll pick it up. Thank you very much. Kindly be on your feet, gentlemen. Thank you for your very good question. I want to give you the solution. Kindly be on your feet after you take the photo. Kindly give him the mic, please. Now, yeah, please paraphrase fuel by the United States of America. Now, you know what Congo has? It has almost all the minerals in the world. Now, why can't we capitalize on EAC integration so that we go to Congo and we tell them, you guys, you know what? We want to create peace here. We go to Congo and we tell them, you guys, you know what? We want to create peace here, and we want to chase them away. We want to decolonize the EAC. We want to decolonize Africa. And that way, we are going. Now, remember also in Kenya, we have, for example, let me remind you, manufacturing, for example, cement manufacturing in Mombasa. We have a lot of materials in Mombasa, and Bamburi is working. Now, let me inform you again. 7.6% of the GDP in Kenya is contributed from manufacturing. Yet, the government has not even invested in manufacturing. Now, only 30% of GDP comes from agriculture. With all that investment, why can't we bring that investment in industrialization so that we get to 60% from manufacturing? Thank you very much for your question. I think we can proceed.
We'll take 2 more questions. Is it towards the opposers or the proposers? Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Chebungeno Jirchiromi, and my question goes to the proposers. That is, you need us to take agri-tech or the agricultural innovation for it to create more job opportunities. Now, if we are going to practice vertical agriculture, that is what most of our brothers and sisters in urban areas are doing, and that is for home consumption. Now, can we create more, or can we come up with industries? Then we encourage those people who are practicing extensive farming, come up with more products. These raw materials are taken to the industries, and when we have these industries, it is not only one person who is going to operate. More people are going to operate in the industry, and therefore it will create more job opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I love the fact that you said the people in the urban areas in Nairobi, your brother specifically, practices vertical farming. And that's on limited land. That is just for his consumption. What magic can we create in rural Kenya where we have enough space, where we have enough land? And we're talking about factories, ladies and gentlemen. What exactly is being processed in these factories? Let's talk about value addition. When we plant nuts and we take them to the factories for processing to get peanut. Let's talk about macadamia, blueberries, all these substances taken to the factory for value addition, for packaging and export. I'm not getting it. Like, why are these factories processing? Agri-innovation even promotes the development of these factories, because we will see that there's actually something going on in the rural Kenya. Then let's take these factories for easier processing of these substances for both commercial purposes and for our own youths, because we eat daily. As we live, we eat, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we will have to wrap it there and come to the voting part because time is not on our side. Now, as many as of the opinion that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in Kenya, say aye. Let us do that again. As many as of the opinion that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in Kenya, say aye. As many as of not the opinion that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in Kenya, say nay. Let us just do that one more time. As many as of the opinion that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in Kenya, say aye. As many as not of the opinion that agri-innovation is the future of youth employment in Kenya, say nay. The nays have it.
For the debate team, both for and against, they put up a good show. Well done for articulating your thoughts. As they celebrate behind me, it's a real victory. Sound team, kindly project the QR code to our WhatsApp community. There's a lot of opportunities that as Jacob's Ladder we come across, that we create ourselves or we come across in the ecosystem, and we want to be able to connect you directly to those opportunities. And one way of doing that is by joining our WhatsApp community. We have many young people from across Africa. We have communities for East, South, West, Central Africa, and Northern Africa. And for East Africa, we have many young people who are on that platform. And we want you to be able to connect to that platform, connect to that network, begin to see, hear, voice your opinions, be able to take your active role within the green economy. And so I will have the QR code up on screen. And what I'm going to do is the first 15 people to join that WhatsApp community, I have something special for you. So join the WhatsApp community immediately. The QR code is on screen. Msilale. Quickly, I'll pick the first 15 people to join the community. I have the community on my phone right now, and I will give you a gift. That said, there are some of you who have been engaging with us on social media all day. You have been tagging, you have been commenting. We are seeing the comments. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Keep them coming. We want to hear how you felt about this day. Not everyone will have an opportunity to speak on the mic or to say how it has been. So go to our social media. If it was a great thing, tell us. Tell us where you enjoyed, what session you enjoyed. Because this is the first university we're going to. We have 14 other universities to go to. So give us feedback so that we can go and improve and get more people in the specific areas that you're interested in. I want to be able to appreciate some 5 individuals who have been active on social media. If you know that your Twitter handle is ifintech on X, put up your hand. We want to give you, give him something special. Clap for him. He gets a nice JLA branded t-shirt. Brian Okello, thank you for your comments on X and posting and tagging us. Brian, are you here? Oh, right at the back. Give Brian some merchandise. And then Isaac Kiyama. Isaac, you have been active on Facebook. Are you here? Wow. At the back. I don't see a hand. There, where? There. Oh, there. Is that there? I'm seeing hands like this, like that. Which one? Okay. Oh, nice. Now I've seen you. I've seen you, Isaac. Go and give Isaac branded merchandise from Jacob's Ladder. And Joseph Obondo has also been very active on Facebook. Joseph, are you here? Your clap. I'm hearing claps. I'm not seeing hands. Help me. Joseph, are you here? Or he's out? Okay. We'll give it to someone else. There's someone who's been very active on YouTube, and I'm not sure if they're in this session or they are listening or watching from home. Is Lawrence Manyange here? Lawrence? Lawrence going once? Okay, he's there somewhere. Can you see him? Okay, great. Lawrence. Give Lawrence some merchandise from Jacob's Ladder. So is the QR code okay? Have you joined the community? Are you ready, or should I give you like another 2 minutes? 2 minutes or no 2 minutes? Yes? 2 minutes, yes? 2 minutes, no? Hey, I think you guys are tired. Are you tired? You are tired. Don't worry, we're about to close. Let me look at the community and make sure you join the East Africa community. Wow. Okay. So I'll start with, quickly, if I call your name out, put up your hand and we will have the team bring you something. Is Crispin Odhiambo here? If you are, just say yes. Crispin, yes. Okay. Derek Otieno in the house? Yes. I hear a yes. Just keep your hands up if I call you out. Jacoyo Dorothy. Dorothy, are you here? Okay, just keep your hands up. Tony Kawiti. Tony? Great, Tony is here. Keep your hand up. I need to see your name so that I can call you out. D0718. I don't want to give people your number, but you know yourself. D Thanks for coming to Kisii. If you put a nice comment there also, you might really sway me. So just put a comment there that, I will decide to give you very fast. D, thanks for coming to Kisii. Do we have D? Have we found D? At the very back. Someone should be keeping tabs. Anyone else? The rest of you don't want me to give you some special. Post your name or say something so that I know, because I don't want to read out people's phone numbers. Right. Panthera, Leo. Panthera, are you there? Right. There's Panthera. Keep your hands up. If you know I've called you out, keep your hands up for the team to come to you and find you easily. There's Panthera there. We also have Tilen Kungu. Where are you, Tilen? I'm seeing like 2 hands up, so you both can't be Tilen. Where's Tilen? There. Great. Tilen, keep your hand up. Winnie, thanks for teaching us how to gain skills. Winnie, we're going to give you something. I may have gotten to 15, so let me stop there. If I have some extras, I'll come back and give you some more extra. Now, we want to get to the end of this Green Careers Caravan. Rather, we have got to the end of the Green Careers Caravan. And we want to be able to appreciate different people that have helped this caravan happen and come together. And I want to invite, on behalf of the student representatives from the University of Kisii, I will have Sharon Wangare come and give the vote of thanks. Give it up for Sharon.
This is Epic Sound.
Good evening. I'm Sharon Wangare, a fourth-year student pursuing Human Resource and Strategic Management. So on behalf of Kisii University, it's my great honor to deliver this vote of thanks at the close of today's Green Career Caravan. First and foremost, thank you Jacob Lada Africa and the State of Department of Higher Education for making this Green Career Caravan a reality. Not forgetting our speakers and facilitators, thank you for sharing your wisdom, experiences, and practical guidance. You have shown us sustainability is not just a concept, but a career path filled with opportunities to innovate, to create jobs, and to transform. As a university, we are grateful for being the first university amongst the 15 universities to launch these amazing events. Your dedication for creating pathways for green careers is inspiring and life-changing for young people. To my fellow students and participants, thank you for showing up with curiosity. The conversations, the ideas that were shared today reminds us that we are not just the future leaders, but we are leaders in the present. Finally, we extend our gratitude to the university, the organizing committee, and the volunteers who are the career ambassadors. Thank you for working tirelessly behind the scenes and ensuring that everything ran smoothly. As we live here today, may we carry forward the spirit of the Green Career Caravan to take bold steps to skill ourselves for the green economy. Thank you all for this, and may this be the beginning of the green journeys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon, for your comments. It's very encouraging to hear you as a student body or representative. Rhoda Auni.
Thank you so much. Allow me to take this opportunity to really thank you, the participants, for separating yourselves with your rooms. I know some of you are striking more than the lecturers. you may not know the value that you've put in today until when you finally leave this place. A lot of learning takes place inside the class, but then the important learning takes place outside the class. And while the inside class learning is same for everybody everywhere in the world, what makes the difference is the outside learning. And so, looking at you, I am really excited that you are already building your stamina matters career. So thank you so much for coming. But I'm here to appreciate the Vice Chancellor for giving us an opportunity to have this career week and have this occasion for the Green Career Caravan on day one of our career fair, and the entire management team. I also wish to thank our facilitators for day one, the family of Jacob's Ladder Africa, their CEO who was here with us, the words of wisdom that she shared with us. Thank you for bringing us very informative guests, I would say. They have incited us to leave our comfort zones and to start thinking that as young people we could still excel in our different careers. I was so touched by the story of Dr. Jeremiah Rogito, and even the lady from Shaba. I think this is a very good time for you to learn that you are able to make something so successful out of who you are beginning from today. I want to thank you so much for coming to Kisii University. And by the way, this the Career Caravan has just been launched here in Kisii University, and this is our very first time we are having it, our very first university. And I believe that we are going to have an MOU whereby we will be having this time and again, not only for the time that we're having a career fair. So make sure that you're part and parcel of this WhatsApp group, that you can continue to learn. I heard and I believe that very soon they'll begin to even give you intensive trainings, and so you don't need to wait for them to come back. But we are also really asking them, even as they go to other universities, to always remember that Kisii University exists and that we are always ready to learn and welcome them back. Thank you so much. We have had other guests from, we have Aster with us. We have had a guest from, of course, Madam Consolata, you are so wonderful. Thank you so much. And I believe that you have really mentored a lot of students today. We had our own guest from the State Department of the Ministry of Education representing the PS, and she was here in the morning. She read to us the PS speech, and we can begin to imagine if the PS is embracing green careers, then we can only but join the caravan. So thank you so much. Even as you go back, send our greetings. You have listened to us. Now you know that Kisii University is not just any other university, but we are on the competitive age. And so we really want to thank God and wish you journey masters as you go back. But together we want to also acknowledge that today we have had the CEO from the Livingwood International. They will be here tomorrow to train us on the soft skills, the digital soft skills needed for the current opportunities in the job industry. We also want to thank, what other company am I forgetting? We had the gentleman, I think Cliff from MSEA, National Employment Authority. We also had them here. And I want to take this opportunity to say that this is just day one. And even as we release Jacob's Ladder Africa, we want to continue learning. So we have already had a very good platform. They have laid a foundation, and we are embracing the green career. But again, tomorrow we will be here as early as 8 to begin. We have Old Mutual Foundation coming to teach us about financial education. We have Livingwood Foundation. Please make sure you register. For Livingwood, you must register. And we're actually looking for the first 1,000 students to be able to be trained in digital skills. Aster Limited is actually here, still with us, and tomorrow they'll be here. Safaricom will be here tomorrow. KCB is going to be around here tomorrow. We are going to have Solomon's International. MSEA will still come back. And we have a very, very vigorous and vibrant morning tomorrow. And by the way, I want to announce this. If you have already registered your innovation, please confirm that it is there. In the afternoon, we are not going to be coming back to this hall. We are going to pitch more tents, plus the tents outside there, whereby if you have an innovation, you will be by the tent, and you'll be showcasing whatever you have. And the judges, plus all of us, will walk around tent by tent, or any tent that will be attractive to us, to be able to come and listen whatever you are showcasing. But also, I want to encourage it, and today I have practically done it. Don't allow these mentors to go away. If I were you, I would point out and get to network. Ask hard questions. Were you ever a student like me? What course did you pursue? What are you doing for life? What is your motivation? What are your challenges? How can we work together? How can we continue this talk together? And so today, as much as possible, I'm seeing a lot of mentors in the house, and you cannot afford to go back to your room without getting a mentor and networking. And even tomorrow, much as I'm talking about all this organization, they will be outside there in the tents. We expect you to go to the tent and find information. Apart from the trainings, we are not sitting here. We will go to the tents, find information, and when we come back, we'll just be doing one or two things about maybe a talk here and there. And so keep here. And I want to again ask you to be here on Friday. We are having PricewaterhouseCoopers around. We will have Kasneb around. And so it is up to you to gather as much as information. So thank you so much, the Jacob's Ladder Africa family. I believe that you have set very high standards. The pace is good. I'm looking forward to working with you and to continue this career, the Green Career Talk, even as we come to the end of the run. May God bless you even as you go back. Journey mercies. I believe that the information, because we spoke with the VC a few hours ago, and he was like, I love what I'm doing. I think he's been following, or somebody has been following on his behalf. So it is important for you to know that he really is also part and parcel of this particular team. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Auni. And for sure, we want to reassure you that this is just the beginning. We look forward to more partnerships with University of Kisii. And we do wish you all the best with the remaining days for the career fair. And we hope that you will engage just as much as you've engaged today for the other 2 days. Last but not least, on behalf of Jacob's Ladder Africa, I will call upon our programs manager, who has been managing the Green Careers Caravan and has carried this baby and has been able to give birth today. And she can tell us a little bit more about that. And obviously, I know a lot of you are waiting for that grand prize of a mobile phone. Pay attention, because now is the time. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome Joanne Kubai from Jacob's Ladder Africa.
You're cutting the music. I was getting ready to dance. I'm not dancing. It's been a long day. But thank you so much, everyone. Allow me to do a deep exhale. We've come to the end of the day. And for me, I'm beginning to see my baby has been born. My name is Joanne Kubai. I serve as program manager at Jacob's Ladder Africa. And Green Careers Caravan is one of the programs I manage. It's a program that's in collaboration with the State Department of Higher Education. Those are the people who make sure that the universities are running as they should. You're getting the education that you should. You're getting the facilities that you need for you to be well educated. And so in that partnership, we partnered with a consortium of public universities, and we're starting year one with 15 universities. And guess what? Kisii University was university number 1. So you guys are the pace setters. And so I just want to say a big thank you to my CEO. You've met her. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? I'm about to sing a Stevie Wonder song. But thank you so much, Stella Bogonko, for the vision. I think we've talked about entrepreneurs and how you need a dreamer. And so behind this whole thing, someone had to dream about it. Sindio? Someone had to have an idea. They needed to connect, make the partnership with the State Department, the universities. And so I think I would encourage you, be a dreamer. You were just looking at one. Thank you, Salah, for dreaming and opening up opportunities for everyone you've seen here running around. Without her dream, I don't know where we would be. I also want to give my thanks to the State Department of Higher Education. Ms. Consolata is the Assistant Director. Thank you so much for taking time out and not just hearing about it, but coming and being with us the whole day. Can we appreciate her, please? See, we know sometimes government is like, they come, they do the speech, they leave. She's been here all day. She came with us yesterday, and she's been here and she's not left. That's someone who is with you. In the same breath, can we appreciate Kisii University faculty? These are your people. From the VC, Professor Dr. Nathan, to Dr. Kuku, who was the chair of the Green Careers Caravan Committee, Dr. Rhoda Auni, Samuel Kibicho. We had a full team. Edgar behind on sound and audio visual. We did not do this alone. It was a beautiful partnership, and it came together. I tell you something, guys. We came for a pre-visit. We said, oh, if you could just, do a few things. We came back, we found they've renovated everything. And we realized these are people who are interested in the welfare of the students. So thank you so much, Kisii University. Bado sijafika last but not least. But my list iko karibu kuisha. Don't tire. Are we together? Okay, great. I have a team of students. You've seen them on stage. You've seen them running around wearing either a tag, a red t-shirt, or they were serving you, they were helping register you. There were people who were volunteering their time, their effort, their energy. The student leaders, the career ambassadors, the people on the podcast, the people on the debate, the people who are pitching their entrepreneurship innovations. I just want us to appreciate those students who represented all of Kisii University with such excellence and such good service. Can we clap for them? Thank you very much. You were the wind beneath our wings. We wouldn't be able to fly without you. I wouldn't be able to do all the multiple things that needed to be done. They gave us advice on how to best serve you. What do comrades like? I was asked about refreshments many times until nikasema, wow, I've had. It is important. And so we have refreshments after this, okay? And then last but not least, who's remaining? Are we following? Who's remaining? I can't hear you. The creatives, thank you. We had creatives, our poet, your spoken word artist, the singer, and on that note, even these paintings on stage are by one of you. And if you're interested in buying one, please, I will plug you to the creative. Wow, wow, wow. So that you can clap. I was asked how much are they. I said the price, and our CEO has offered that we will take both paintings as Jacob's ladder. So they are sold. I'm very sorry if you are interested. You can ask the artist to commission a piece for you. But thank you so much to all the creatives showcasing your talent, adding color to our day, adding entertainment, MC. I'm thanking you. Thank you so much. Can we appreciate him? I can tell you it's not easy to make a crowd of more than 500 people dance, and then dance in a synchronized manner. That all of you are touching your heads at the same time, and your shoulders and your waist. It's a skill. Thank you so much. But now, the for real last but not least, I want to say the not least. In fact, you may be the most important part of this engine. I want to thank you, every single one of you. That seat that you've occupied, the time, the attention, the engagement, the curiosity, the questions, the willingness. I just want to say we see you, we appreciate you. You're the reason why we're doing this. Our main objective is that students like you would get access to information, access to opportunities, that you would no longer experience gatekeeping. As one of you said, we are standing at the gate and we are saying we're opening it and everyone is free to come. Everyone is free to hear. If it's a gospel, everyone is free to hear, and if they choose to get converted, we love it. And so, let's prepare makofi yourself. I want you to clap for yourself. So you're going to give your best, the best one. Aya. Tunafanya gani? Nilisikia MC kuna method. Nisaidie.
Method. Tumemaliza ama bado?
Hapana, nataka tu makofi.
Makofi.
Yes.
So let's do 5 factorial.
Very good.
5 factorial. Aya, tarisha mikono. Ambiwa weke simu chini. Huyo social media guru. Aya, tengeneza mkono. Baby girl, tarisha mikono. Najua Waluya wanadhani tunanawa tukule. Sawa, tarisha mkono. So we start with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sawa? Sawa, 3, 2, 1, go.
Where are the ndurus? So we've officially come to the end, but because, you know, the end of a matter is better than the beginning, I have a something up my sleeve. So DJ, nieke an exciting music upbeat, and then I will call up some people on stage, okay? So this person was the first person to register. Unaona venye hiyo link mulikuwa mna sign in today. Yeah, the moment we published it, alikuwa index 1. So index 1, Oreje Mike, come up on stage. Na ukuje ukidance. Oreje. Aya, anguka nayo quickly as you're coming. Hey. Anguka. Hey. Very nice. And because, you know, fortune does not only favor, you know, those who come first. Not everyone is an early bird. Sometimes you are the last bird. So I want to recognize one of the last birds because life can decide to favor you. Obilo Ibrahim. Are you in the room? Obilo? Yani he came last and he's good. Obilo, are you here? Don't worry, I have another one. Gabriel Abuga, are you in the room? Hey, late birds work on patterns. Aya, I have another one. Charity Macarios. Charity is in the room. Hey, Charity is here. Let's clap for Charity. So Charity was one of the last girls to come into the room. And then one of the first girls to register. Unajua gender equality is a thing. I have to balance. MND, we must report. Stacy Njoki, are you in the room? Stacy? Is there someone by the name Stacy? Not in the room. Okay. I guess hapo ndio imeisha. Haya. This person was the most active on TikTok. Hakime224, I am ambassador. Ako huku. Come. Let's celebrate him. And then on Instagram, we had Mabumba. Mabumba? Ako in the room? Oh, hiyo roho iko na social media. Are you content creators? Please go back. You've not anguka nayo. DJ, I need them to anguka nayo. Hey. Haya, naona ni kama hii gender balance is not balancing. Is it balancing? Haya. I need one girl to walk up on stage now. First one to arrive. Imeshaenda. Haya. Unakaribia stage. You know, I'll allow it. I was waiting to see if she's walking out, but because you've come, I'll allow it. The balance has balanced. Haya. I need 2 more people, and I'll tell you how we'll do this. Who the whole